Aha, there we go. Alright. We should actually be streaming this time. Thank you, YouTube chat, for saying I need to sign in order to chat, even though I know I don't have to. So it's just lying. Anyway, I'm actually here, and we got the stream going. Hey, look, it's me. I wonder who that guy is. I'm gonna paste that there. Might share this around some nerds, you know, just cause. I don't even think some of these nerds are around, but I can send it to them. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. We're live, maybe, possibly, perhaps. I'm gonna close that because I don't need it. There's a lot of things I don't need to have open right now, probably. I had a bunch of random stuff open. I think I've closed most of it. I got Mine Diamonds, the song, just like in the background in case I ever want to switch over to that. So yeah, we've got a wee bit of wee bit of stuff. Um, yeah, you may have noticed the oh, I'm actually in the wrong mode. There we go. I didn't even realize that's back when I was recording something earlier. My bad. You can see I'm a very professional streamer, but at the bottom we've got 14 goals. Don't mind that. Nothing's going on there. Just gonna disable those for now until we get the nerd here so I can do the spinning later. So yeah, it's been I think oh, that's a great way to open. So, he's here, and you know what that means. I'm not sure why he's saying later. We're doing it now because you're here. Like I would the spinning shall commence now. Yeah. Deep purple. That's probably one I already have. Filters. I do. Purple. There you go. Mm. I wonder if we should add more colors to the wheel. Because we've got like a couple. We've got like 7 or something plus Jeremy. But like, should we do more? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure what other colors we do. We got like kind of the base kit going. Red, orange. We don't have yellow. Which might be for the best, honestly. We have blue, light blue, green. Yeah, I mean we got pretty much all the bases. Piss. I'm not gonna do. I don't know if we should do piss yellow. I don't think I want to do piss yellow. That doesn't seem like a color we want to put on there. But it doesn't matter for now. So it's been. Actually, I don't know how long it's been since my last stream. We do have shit brown. That is correct. Did I kill this? Oh no, it's just that I haven't started. Okay, so don't look at that. I'll get to that. So when I start this up, there's gonna be a wee bit of something. There's this new guy. I'm gonna quickly hide for a second. So we got this little thing, the orb. Now it might seem very happy actually. You could think of it as very excited. It's just bouncing up and down. You know, I mean, what's it got planned? Who knows? It's just bouncing. The orb. I love the orb. Um, but you don't want to stand in its path because it creates this beam, and I'm very specifically not getting hit by it right now. If I do stand in it, it does a bit. It does a bit of damage. That's why you don't want to stand in it. Now, it's not that it's hard to dodge. It is that in the middle of chaos, it can be quite tough to kill. Now, I've actually started quite a few changes since last time. One of the things, which if you've been following the development, you'll have noticed, you'll have seen, I've been working on adding these kind of item hover effects, so I can hover over shit and it kind of tells me about them. Unlike with weapons, it shows the materials that they're made from, and ideally the descriptions of the modifiers they apply, but I haven't gotten that far yet. That's part of the thing we're going to be doing today, probably. So yeah, there's just a bunch of random things going on here. But one of the things, that's not the right way. I swear I saw something up there. Anyway, you'll notice when we go down here, there's only going to be 2 types of enemies that are going to spawn. It'll be the rat and the spitter. And that's actually done very much on purpose. Now, the current enemy balancing is a bit whack. I'm not sure if there's too many or too few enemies, to be honest. I'm a bit unsure of the balancing here. So this is still obviously a work in progress. But you'll notice we're actually missing one of the main cast of enemies. which is the very notable charger enemy, or the boner, or the skeleton, whatever you want to call him. He's not here, and that's because as I fight through these, I mean, the rats are really easy. I might honestly have to buff the rats' health a bit because they die really easily, and they kind of give you the same amount of health you would from any other enemy. So this might be something I have to do with the balancing because they kind of are just free health. But you'll see when I go to the next floor. Now, that floor was pretty short for a reason. I made the first floor specifically 2 rooms shorter than normal. Now, elite enemies are going to start spawning. I honestly have genuinely no recollection if elite enemies existed in the last stream that I did. I feel like they did, but I also don't know. So we're just going to say they're new. So elite enemies are a thing now. There's a bunch of elite types. I want to say 7. There might be 8. I don't remember exactly, but there's a bunch. At the beginning, you'll only see like 4 variants, but there's a bunch of them, and you'll see the chargers now added to the pool. And if I go into the thing and I basically just do a little bit of behind the scenes cheating, and I have a little button for this because it was really useful for testing. This just sends me to the next floor. Okay, I need to do it when the game's not paused. So that is another thing. Why is it? Oh, it's because I'm not clicked into it right now, right? Like if I full screen this, then it's fine. Yeah, whatever. So this is an actual thing. I actually added pausing which is crazy. You know, it actually pauses the game instead of just playing the game but not registering your inputs. So you can go and I don't know. You can go into here. And you can go, like, see these enemies shoot at me, and then I just pause the game. I mean, it did, like, before this menu would open up, but it just would, the game would still be continuing in the background. Now it's actually paused. So that's a big W. Now, obviously, it's not going to work in single player, but whatever. Anyway, what I was going to say is I have this button, which, if the game isn't paused, it works, which literally just acts as me pressing that thing, so I can manually activate this. This is back to where we were, right? Don't mind the lag. So this is back to where we were. This should have the same elite enemy chance, the same enemies that are spawning, right? A few elite enemies. I'm getting a bit unlucky with having 3 in this room. And then we have also the charger. The lag's pretty bad because it's trying to optimize the fact that I currently do not have it maximized. But if I go to the next one, right, and I'll full screen so the lag isn't terrible now. When I'm in here, you'll notice, or maybe you won't, because the game is just, it's luck based. So there's one. We got the orbs going, right? And remember before how it was pretty easy to dodge. And I mean, this one is, I stood in that. Now this isn't too bad, I would say, by itself. But they have a pretty good amount of health. Their beams stay around after they die because it's a bit of a hassle to make it not. So I was just like, it's not that one. I probably need to work on room identifying more. It's kind of annoying sometimes to find which room you need to go to next. So that'll be something I probably think of in the future. But you'll see there's a higher concentration of enemies because I'm on a later floor. Some of the more... The percentage of elite enemies has increased. And now we also have these fucking beam orbs because it's the orb, right? And they're actually becoming a bit of a problem. Because they rotate at a fixed speed, if you're close to an orb, the danger it poses is not that great. But the farther you are from it, the greater this beam speed is relative to you, making it more dangerous. And honestly, I think that's pretty cool. So it's something that I've kept in there. So I'm just beating these things up. And yeah, I mean, I'm just like playing through the thing, showing off some of the changes that I made since last stream, which honestly is a goodly amount, I would say. So past this point, the game is not too much more unique because there's Jesus Christ. That was an actual death. That wasn't just like me doing that for the lulz. I actually just died there, which is kind of crazy. But if I go ahead, so I'll go back to that point, right? So we go 1 floor. So this is the beginning. We go to the next floor. This is where you're introduced to the boners. And then you go to the next floor. This is where you're introduced to the orb, right? So past here, I haven't made any new enemies. Ideally, new enemies would be introduced into the pool, but there is a distinct lack of new enemies. So let's just try doing it here. And you'll notice when I play this, there's definitely going to be a noticeable feel difference compared to these. We've got new elite types because pink and blue enemies elite types are introduced into the pool this later into the game. You can see the orbs are elite. Much more of the enemies are elite. I scale all this stuff based on the floor that you're on. I don't know if I want to scale their base stats also, but it's something I could potentially be open to. And now we've got a bunch of stuff. The hasty orb is something I kind of want to show you because it looks cool. But there's a bunch of orbs and they have a bunch of health, especially that one that's resilient, which I think doubles their health. So this one, you actually can see almost has two beams up at the same time because it's just attacking fast enough to do it. And like, I'm not gonna stop it. So, it's just, it's pretty cool. So running through these rooms, it gets pretty chaotic. We've got enemies that heal other enemies. We got enemies that split into other enemies when they die. We've got these blue ones, which are shooting these fucking blue balls around, which do a lot of damage. We've got these red enemies, which deal like bonus damage. We've got the yellow ones, which attack faster. I'm almost dead. I am dead. Right. It's honestly pretty chaotic, and I'm very happy with it because it's starting to actually like be a challenge, I would say. That's something I've always kind of struggled with in the game development thing, which is balance. And not necessarily balancing like items or abilities, balancing like difficulty, I should say. Like what is too hard and what is too easy. For example, is this beginning area too hard or is it too easy? Like it spawns in like a pretty high amount of enemies, and this is a big room, so it's going to spawn more naturally. But I can reduce the amount of enemies it's going to spawn, and that's not that hard to do. The question is it spawning too many for like for example, a newer player? Is this something that's too much to handle? Because for me, I'm someone who's like, I've obviously have a lot of experience with this. I've been playing it a long time. I'm very familiar with the controls. I got everything down. Is it a problem that I am skilled enough? Maybe someone else isn't. This is why I got to do some playtesting of this and get the balancing out there. But I don't know if I want to do that at the moment. Like, not right now. I want to get more of the actual gameplay, get the gameplay loop down. But I'm very slow, so, Anyway, enough water drinking. We have a bunch of random stupid goals that I've written down. Now, am I gonna do all of these? Hell no. I've just written down a bunch of things that I was like, you know what? It could be cool to do some of these. A lot of these probably aren't going to be too bad, like this one or this one. A lot of these fixing ones are probably going to be like snapping and they're done. Some of these might be longer though and more in depth. So I think creating a text parser for items descriptions could be pretty interesting. So that's, I think, where I'm going to start because it's a bit unique. So what do I mean by a text parser? Well, basically I want to add like a thing that lets me color the text. So you'll notice when I have like oh my god, okay. I need to get rid of this. I put this in here for testing while I was making the enemy, but now it's kind of annoying. All right. So what I was going to say is if you look at the descriptions, they're always kind of bland. And I don't mean that like the fact that I just haven't written any of them, and I don't mean that they're. So I just noticed that says Goid description instead of gold description. That's kind of funny. Anyway, I'm not saying they're bland because they don't have anything written in them. I wouldn't judge them based on the fact that I haven't made it yet. What I'm judging them is they're just kind of this gray color, and there's not pizzazz. There's not any sparkle. Now I don't need to give them like literal sparkle, but I want to like do some things. And where can I have it? Can I have like an example that I pull up? Item from a rogue light images. Can I or item effect from a roguelike? I just want like an example. Effector. I just want like an image. Is this Google not can Google not back me here? I can make an example if I need to. It would just be nice if Google had something that I could point to and be like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know, I don't feel like hunting it down. This will take 2 seconds to make anyway. Alright, so we're making a new random drawing here just so I can illustrate the point. So, let's say I've got like a black background because the description is black, so it makes sense to put that as the background for this. So I'm just going to color this to be black, transparent, whatever. Insert text box. So we have like an item description, and what would it be? Let's just say like this item gives you plus 69% sigma. That says equals. Plus 69% sigma, right? Um, Enemies affected by your sigma eat grass, right? So this could be an item description. Obviously it's a very not great item description because I'm just fucking writing shit, but this could be like the effects that it gives you. Now, what I was thinking of doing is stuff like this, where I color, like, for example, this could become green. This could become kind of like an orange. Maybe Sigma is like an effect or something. So maybe this gives you Riz, and then enemies affected by your Sigma, and then this would be kind of like a light blue to signify that it's something that's a bit different than everything else, you know? So this just visually pops a bit more, you know, and you can and I can see like minus 20% aura to your Jelk, right? Gotta love using brain rot terms. So if I make this one, this is clearly a bad thing, right? You don't want this, so that could be like red, you know? And at a glance, you can kind of see like, oh, there's like some good effects, some bad effects, and there's some stuff affecting enemies if you know the color theory, if you know the color scheme that I'm using, right? So if I have this kind of unified colors, where green is good, red is bad, orange is enemies, blue is like related abilities and shit, I can kind of communicate a visual language with color, which is pretty cool, just as like a subtle thing to have with text. The problem is when you're making text in Unity, what you have to do is you have to go like color equals, and then you have to type in like a specific hex value. Can I get the hex value for this? Thank you. So I'd have to do this. I don't know if you need I don't know if you don't actually know if you need these quotation marks, but you'd have to do this, and then after this number, you'd have to say slash color. And I'll recolor this back to the correct background color. Anyway, you have to put this nonsense in just to like encapsulate something, to change its color. And that might work for like a one-off thing. But think of all the descriptions for all the items I'm going to write, and I'm going to have to put this individually in each one. And if I want to change the color, then I have to go through every single thing and fix it. It's a hassle. So what I want to do is basically make a custom parser, which lets me do something like, for example, this and that. So all I have to do is say, this is a good effect, and this is when the good effect color stops, and then I'll create a parser which just does find and replace of this, find and replace of this. I think you get the concept. I'm just kind of explaining the, my idea? I don't know. If I can do that, right, it basically makes the whole creation of these descriptions much easier and much more future-proof, if that makes sense. It's really simple to go in the future, add like a new one, like A. I don't know what the fuck A is. I just pressed a random key on my keyboard. Z, or something like that, right? And then I can assign different colors to those, or I could even assign completely different actions, right? I could say instead of making it bold, or instead of making it colored, I can make it like bold. Now, this one I probably wouldn't do because this is actually rich text, but, and so I wouldn't need to do my own thing for that, but I think you get the point a bit. I'd be able to, it basically just gives me a lot more, I don't know if modularity is the right word, but it just kind of solves all the things. So that's my idea behind the text parser. So I want to get into that. Number one thing we need to do, define some colors. Where do we define them? Who fucking knows? One thing I could probably do is do it in the item display itself. Or I guess it's the item info thing, this fucker. So this thing is basically a gigantic clusterfuck of math and references. And this is what's dealing with all of this. And honestly, I don't know if I want to deal with all that. Get description. Should get description, Description, get description. Yeah, this will have it. Okay. So I'm just kind of running through like the things I'm gonna have to do. So you can see what it's going with, what it's doing. Return E. E is the thingy. I think I'll just put the list in gamer. List of colors, right, of color 32. Okay, that's a capital C. And this one will be the, I guess I have to make it public too. This is a public I can type. It's been a minute. So I can make a public list of color 32s. This will be like the various colors that we're going to be using. I don't know what to call it exactly. Attribute colors equals new list. Thank you. So this will just be like the list of things. And then I don't know if it's like how modular I really need it to be. Get description. But I can basically be like e dot or e equals e dot replace. And here I can define some. I muted myself at some point. That's cool. I don't even know how long I was going muted, but I can check while I wait for Unity to kill itself. I accidentally pressed Control B instead of Control V, and yeah, obviously it's gonna fucking break. There's probably some random references like not even edit your internal. Yeah, that's pretty. That's fine. I'm kind of mad that I was muted for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Going back to where I was going though, if I go back over to this. I was going to see on the not if I don't do Control B. Okay, yeah, okay. You can directly put the hex value there. Um, do I have converter? Oh, I do. All right. I have string to color, but not color to string. Huh. I guess it doesn't really matter. That might be something I have to implement then. That just means I have to use the hex value. I'll just directly type in the hex values. It's slightly less efficient. Unless there is a way to directly grab the hex values from them, which would be nice. But I highly doubt it, right? Attribute, nope. Attribute colors, let's say the 0, 1 dot hex. I didn't think it'd work, but what does .toString do? Honestly, do you think toString would work? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what toString does on a color 32. Does it just spit out the color? Here's another thing to test then. So this will just work as is, but it's not great. So can I go back to Unity, please? Thank you. So what I was gonna test is, can I do like I'll have to you know well let's see. Wait, why did I press play? I need to change something first. I need to go through over to this. I need to actually put parentheses B on something. So let's say slime, right? G. So G is now that. So when I hover over slime, it should have the supposed color. Good to know. Oh, well, I forgot to put it there. Well, that's a bit of a duh moment. I forgot to put the fucking color in the list. That would probably help. Wouldn't you think? Alright, so let's go back over to here, somewhere in here. Am I being blind? I don't see it. Am I on the wrong thing? No. I feel like I'm like old or something. Why don't I see it? I did make it a public list, right? Did I not put it in this script? Like, it's not like it's like hard to. Oh, I did put it somewhere fucking random. All right, yeah, that would explain why it was dying. Where the hell did I put that list? No, 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 no. Wait. No, I'm even more confused now, because if I go to get description... What? Is it in Jizzle? Oh, okay. That's why. It's not in Gamer. I was looking in the wrong script. It's in here. Yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I just had a big, massive brain. Anyway, this will just be a very, very green color. Now, obviously, that's a very vibrant green. I don't want it to actually be that color, but we're using this for the testing purposes. So, nothing. Yeah, I kind of figured that'd happen. Alright, so it looks like what I'm going to have to do is basically just say, screw you, but attribute colors is no longer a color 32. So, can I have like a color 32 to hex unity? Has someone made one? Has someone made one? Color you? What the fuck? Alright, let's check this out. Get description. So if I do like color utility dot okay. I'm at a bit of a loss. A color to be converted, string hexadecimal. I'm guessing it probably doesn't put the hashtag there. I probably wouldn't make the hashtag there if I was the one coding it. That's correct. That just means I have to put a hashtag. Stop. Anyway, so that's actually been fixed. Maybe. And I got the thing working. Schmungus. So, it's green. Now we need to make the end ones, and now we can start getting a bit more funky, right? So G is going. So then we have. I have a list. Hold on. Where's the Dick Sword? I have a list of the things I created like a key for myself before. You can see when I originally had this idea, it was August 24th. That was like 2 weeks ago. So I've been kind of stalling for a bit. Then again, I did take like a week break because school started back up again. Eh. So RB, right? I mean, this isn't like too advanced. I'm basically just kind of gonna take these and bring them in here. So enemy, object, backslash. So these will all be custom things that go to different things. So those will be things, and this one is actually just going to be so close, but also not, because it's just backslash color, right? And all of these will be the correct color references. So now I just got to actually pick the colors that I want. What colors do I want? Well, that's what we're going to go find. So let's go to item display. Okay, my bad. Item in this thing, right? So I'm going to create a new text image just so I can kind of ascertain the color in relation to the other fuckers. So, in terms of good effects, right, I probably want to go like green mode, but also probably not to this degree. Maybe something along this level of saturation. Right? I want it to stick out, but I don't want it to be like killing you. So that'll be number one. Paste. And from there, I can kind of use that as a guide marker. So here we have the same text with the same thing, but we can change this color. So let's go over to red, similar whole shebang. Where I go, where is it? Right, so we paste that. That's our red color. Making sure that's like an even big red. Anyway, then we probably want to have like my voice fucking cracked. A light blue kind of color for something that I want to do with objects, but enemies are gonna be next, so that's gonna skip one. and I might just kind of hijack you to make it kind of orangey, right? So we've got the color elements down, and honestly, that's all I need to do. I'm gonna go back over to this and get rid of this new text because we don't want it actually. I was just using it as a reference. Now, because all this is like data handled now, I should just be able to go over to a description, like slime, for example, and get rid of that. But I want to change the material description of slime, so that is somewhere in here. So, right, so the slime description, I don't really have an actual thing, but let's just say, hypothetically, slime is a good effect of plus 16% and the effect color, Riz, and then it has a bad effect. We're going to go to a new line, so then I'm going to make a bad effect, and I'm going to say minus 50% mod, or I don't even know what would be like a funny one to put here, or sure, and then, but I want to make sure the minus 50% is correctly colored, right? So this should just work now, unless I'm misremembering how my thing works. That should work, hopefully. I would pray. What did I tell you? That's great. That's exactly what we want, right? So it's very obvious, just from a glance, like it's a good effect or it's a bad effect, you know? Like you can see like these, oh, it's kind of boring, boom, color, right? It's just, it's it. That's the thing. And I might actually take a little screenshot of that, send that over in progress and announcements. There's a wee bit of a little thing saying like, oh yeah, I'm back. I might also just send this to someone because I know they are very brain rotted. Anyway, unrelated to that, we now have this kind of system, and now I can actually write the descriptions for materials. But the thing is, these materials they don't do anything. They don't do anything yet. All of these materials are blank slates. So let's actually start giving them something. And I think that should go over in player controller. And I know where to do it because I've actually already done it, or kind of in the past. Parse material here. You can see this stuff, right? You can see it exists, but the fuck is it doing? Well, that's kind of the great question, isn't it? Die, bitch, because that one doesn't do anything. That'll be transferred to something else. So I have a document, and when I say I have a document, I have a text file that I put like over somewhere. Okay, one of these ones contains a massive list of various materials that I thought could be funny to add, potential, like, things that could go with them. Obviously, not all of these are balanced. I kind of just thought of these while I was a bit delirious while on a plane one time. Unrelatedly, but these are just, like, the main takeaway is the material name here, right? So you could see I changed what I was doing from slight to hard numbers. So gold, right? I originally was going to say these were the things, but I might swap around what some of these do. Do any of these have an undefined value from the ones I implemented? Emerald is, I might honestly replace with the speed. So let's say Emerald is the attack speed, right? Emerald is attack speed. That's, I think, pretty fair. But I might change it to actually be quite different from how originally it was. Bonus attack speed, less damage. Whoa. That could be a bit crazy. Now, I know that's a statement. I don't like how many of these are basically just stat changes, so I want to have a few that are stat changes. Or not obviously. I want to have like a couple that are kind of baseline stat changes, but I also want to start having some that are a bit more out there. For example, Redstone was going to have like +1 healing on hit, which is that's kind of still a stat. Volcanic Rock was going to be like 20% chance on kill to create an explosion, and a lot of these ones have a lot of like very openness. Like, what the fuck is literal fire or Zebrium? I don't fucking know. I just was like, it could be funny. So I wrote down things. They could have anything. They're just kind of blank slates. And this isn't even talking about my idea with runes, the revised version of them, because I made the rune, or I had the idea for the rune. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna go back. The timeline of items is kind of funny. So I originally had an idea for items, and then I started implementing it, and then I was like, actually, this is bad. So then I had the idea of runes, and then I rethought about the idea of runes, and I was like, actually, I could probably make them better by having like only a couple per thing, and then I rethought of runes, When I say I rethought of runes, instead I basically was like, do away with the idea of having runes. Instead, everything is material. And then I rethought runes, and I was like, what if we had runes and materials, but they're the same, but also different? And I'm not going to bother explaining that right now. But yeah, there's a couple cool things in here, a couple less cool things. Like, this is just really boring. Plus 15% health. I don't want to add that as a material. That's kind of shit. Um, I want to add ones that are cool. So ideally, a lot of these would be a bit more unique than just a fucking stupid stat boost. But anyway, why I was bringing it here is because I wanted to get kind of an overview of some of these things that I could kind of change and get a bit of a reminder, because it has also been a bit of a moment for me as well. School having taken over a bit of my time. So let's go back over to the player controller, shall I? Where even is it? Player controller. So instead of the rock increasing this, let's say it's the emerald. How did I write Emerald? I might have to screenshot that just because it's a very interesting way to write Emerald, you know? Yes. Anyway. But with a capital E. Emerald. Anyway. So, I mean, that's just transferred the effect of rock, the old effect of rock onto emerald. That time I did mean to mute, and I did successfully unmute. Ignoring the implications of this, the fact that I switch the weapon index but don't do anything with it, I really should just do this because there's not a need to switch weapon index at the moment. So emerald, let's just say, is a baseline that, and then I wanted to have gold be attacks per second times equals 0.95, but damage times equals 1.2 equals times equals, yes. Right, so you can see you get a bit less attacks, a bit less attack speed, but more damage. And it's a multiplicative damage, right? So that's gold having an effect. Glass, I think, could be kind of glass cannon type build. And what that could be is like damage is multiplied by 1.1 or 1.3 even, or maybe even higher. I don't even know. But like max health. What did I title it? Wait. What? Hold on. Hold on. Health. All right. Anyway, so this is going to actually reduce your health by, let's say, 15% per glass on a weapon. Actually, how much is that total? I'm gonna find out. Let's go to Desmos. How much does doing that 3 times on a weapon do? Yikes. 60 health? It's definitely a glass cannon. At the advantage of having basic like literally like a bit over double damage. So I mean, there's definitely a clear trade-off to have. Shut the fuck. Okay. I wanted to click back in so I could get a list of the materials, but then it was like, no. Do I have an item list? I do. I might close the materials down so I can get a quick look at them from the sidebar. All right. So who else do we have to make? Let's make. I'm gonna take all their names and paste them in here. I kind of want Holy Ingot and Demonic Ingot to be like inverses of each other, where they have similar effects, but they are like the opposite. You'll see what I mean. Angelic. I don't actually know why I collapsed them earlier because I'm doing this now. Right, so I got Demonic Ingot. That's gonna be Angelic Ingot. So that's a new one. What did I just do? I click that. So we have glass, which I just did. Slime. I don't really need to copy that. Emerald, rock, and okay. So that's all the main ones, right? So let's say slime is also on here. And we now have the roster of current affecting materials. I want rock to be kind of like your blank slate material, so you can make weapons that don't actually have any inherent buffs or weaknesses. Just cause why not? They are just themselves. Should I even make them have a description modifier? Maybe, maybe not. Because currently Rock just says no modifier. But anyway, so Demonic Ingot and Angelic Ingot. I'll come back to these in a bit. Put them at the bottom for now. So glass is good. Amethyst. What could amethyst do? Well, I have that materials list, and what did I even call it? I called it probably like Matty C or something. Matty C. Knew it. So I originally, where did I even write amethyst in here? I did. I originally said more attack speed, but less movement speed. I might actually change some of these effects around. So let's say slime is working move speed. I believe that's the one working move speed, right? Because that applies parse material, right? You can see it does the parse material thing. Working movement speed, I'm actually going to reduce by 10%, let's say. Is that a bit harsh? I don't know how harsh 90% on 3 is. Okay, that's interesting, right? So you move slow, right? So this one, you move slow, but your damage is comparable. Also, I'll put it like 2.5, you know? That isn't too insane, I think. Hmm. Hmm. These numbers might need to change a bit. I might have to do 1.2 then. Because 1.25 seems a bit high for my liking. Anyway, so these numbers are not always perfect also. I'm probably going to change them at some point. So demonic and angelic, what would they do? I don't really know. I just kind of thought it'd be cool if they were inverses. Like one had a certain buff on one had a certain buff on the other, and they kind of swapped. Or they had a buff on one, debuff on another, and then they swapped on the other one. So maybe angelic is I don't know. So these are like some easy stats I can modify. Spread doesn't really exist anymore, but same with these ones. These are all kind of deprecated. I don't know why spread really exists. I guess it kind of exists for the crossbow, but that one's 5. Some things have spread, some things don't. Crit chance could be an interesting one. So how about this? Angelic Ingot. Wait, do I have code that handles negative crit chance? Maybe. So what if I said demonic ingot? Crit chance. Not that. It's gonna be plus equals 0.15. Right? Is it a float? It's a float. Okay. So I'm basically giving you 15% crit chance per demonic ingot, which is not too bad. Except that I'm taking your damage and doing that. So what is 9.5? What is 9.5? This 85% damage. So if you're doing like 10 damage a hit, that'd give you that, like 8 damage per hit. Which honestly doesn't seem like too much of a loss for the crit, so I might reduce it to 9. So if you're doing like 10 damage, that's how that works, yeah. So if you're doing 10 damage, you do about not 7. I don't know what's like a good balance here. I might even make it 8.5. Is that worth it? Honestly, it probably is. And here's the kicker. Angelic, same exact thing, but I invert the amounts. Now, if you combine them, they don't actually cancel each other out because of the nature of multiplying things, right? Because of how multiplying works, 0.85 times 1.15, although they have the same distance from 1, they actually give you a number that is less than 1. So they don't technically cancel out. The crit chance does, because it's not multiplicative. Here's the thing. I don't know how to differentiate between additive and multiplicative bonuses. I guess it doesn't really matter too much. Well, Whatever. So we have these bonuses now laid down, and I think they should work. So let's test them. Number one, we have stone. Now this should just be your baseline, no debuffs, no buffs. This is just what it's at, right? I think that's pretty clear. So let's start with gold. This is the first one. I broke that. Oh no. Oh, I did that. Wait. What? What happened? Look. I... Huh? I can't interact with these anymore? Did I break something when I wasn't fucking paying attention? I was doing it like... Huh? Just slot. No. No, they didn't do that to me, did they? Where is it? Where's slot? You bitch. Okay. I implemented something earlier that should let me teleport, or not teleport, that should toggle slots on and off. But it for some reason just defaulted every single thing to being off, so that's cool. Anyway, now I can actually interact with them again. Don't mind that. So let's check gold, right? So do we remember what gold does? Actually, I'll just grab a sword of, a baseline sword of all materials. This shouldn't take too long. I'm just gonna go through these all. And that then. Crap. Okay, so we've got a sword of all the baseline material. Wait, I forgot amethyst. That one's a recent one. Anyway, so that's all the baseline materials as weapons, right? We've seen this. So let's take a look at gold. Now, gold, I believe what we did is we reduced the attack speed, but majorly increased the damage. Not majorly, I think it's 1.2, right? So it attacks even slower compared to, we should pull this out so I have a comparison, right? So this is this. Is it even noticeable? Yeah. I don't know if I want to I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Anyway, next one we have is this. Oh. The sluggishness is kind of rough. Whoops, I didn't mean to flash you guys there. I could honestly reduce the movement speed even more. It'd be kind of funny. You go so slow. I honestly think I'm gonna do that because it's kind of a funny thing to do. So let's go over to the player controller. 0.8 squared, or to cubed, sorry. 0.8 cubed gives you half movement speed. If you have full slime. That's actually kind of funny. So, when you're doing this, oh, that's a pretty hefty thing, but at the same time, you have normal attack speed, giant damage. So there's not a whole, like, I forgot I did that with that. Okay, anyway. Next up, we have glass. So this is part of the thing what I was talking about when you switch between them. This is a bug we need to fix. It's not transferring the percentage health, it's transferring it based on your max health. So it looks like you're taking a bunch of damage when you really should not be. Anyway, this does an insane amount of damage at 15 compared to the default 7, right? But it's, your health is there permanently, compared to normal. Next up we have the emerald, which should attack faster. Right, this is kind of the spiritual successor to the old rock behavior. So this is kind of fast attacking, as opposed to the normal attack speed of this. Now, what else do we got? We got, did I do the amethyst? I probably should have separated these better. Anyway, so this one increases base attack damage. Oh. I think you can see there was a slight flaw in my calculations. And I know what's going on too, and it's kind of funny. This crit chance, I think the game kind of broke with negative crit chance. So let's fix that, shall we? Honestly, attack, no, damage profile. I think I combined it all into one. Yeah, damage profile. Now, this should be real easy to deal with. Um, so crit chance equals, or if crit chance is less than 0, crit chance equals 0, right? So basically, you just don't. I'm like 50% certain that's gonna fix the 0 damage bug we were just seeing. Because of pre-critted, it might not. I might have to fix pre-crit on like things like crossbow. Let's check. Because things like projectiles, I pre-calculate the critical chance before shooting them so that it's the same between all the projectile. Yeah, I kind of figured. So, man, but anyway. So what's going on there is it's just killing itself. So let's actually wait. I should do this at the root of the source. I should do this at the source, not at the point of contention here. So I go to the player controller, right? After it does this, just do that. No, no, not there, not there. There, right? So basically, just like a last thing, if your crit chance is less than 0, then it equals 0. This is basically just preventing it from going too far down the rabbit hole. And that will still mean things work properly. So the damage of these should be decently higher than the baseline equivalents. And that is what we demonstrably correct. Did I delete my sword when I wasn't paying attention? That doesn't matter. I'm just gonna make another one, or my baseline sword. So we are not done. So instead we have this one. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'm just forgetting keybinds. Anyway, did I kick it over here? Where did it go? I'm just gonna go back. Anyway, so this did a 9 crit. That might not be worth it. I might have to refund you a bit of damage. I'm not sure if doing a 9 crit 50% of the time is worth it when the other 50% is like 4. When normally you just do a consistent 7. Yeah, the damage penalty on that might be a bit too rough. So we're going to scale back the damage reduction to 9. 0.9. I'll be a bit generous. Does that mean I'll reduce the damage buff on Angelic? Probably. 5 most of the time, 10 on crits is probably much fairer, I would say, as opposed to the 7 baseline of a normal sword. I think this is probably like equal in terms of strength. So I may even go as far as increasing to 20% crit. 15. Actually, I like the 15 on Angelic, but it's like Demonic needs a bit of a buff because it's not as great. So there you go. Now they're, I would say, about equal in terms of coolness. I don't know exactly how much this balances out, but it should be cool. So all of these are kind of working. I didn't actually check Amethyst. I forgot to make the amethyst one. Ooh, okay. Well, that would explain it. So let's think of the effect for amethyst, shall we? Let's consult the list. Where's Medici? Where's the list? So I was originally doing this, but I was like, I probably don't want to do that. So is there anything I could modify with current stats that'd be a bit interesting? I'm not like for these baseline ones, I'm not sure how baseline these are. I want to have like some that are pretty basic so that the ones that are not basic actually stand out. I do ideally want to have everything be unique, but that's not feasible as a solo game dev. So I'm a bit restricted in the fact that I probably don't want to do that. You know what I could do? I could actually have this one affect the max dash cooldown. Amethyst could be the, I don't want to say inverse to a thing that I'm going to create later, but it could be the inverse to a thing, or a slight inverse. right? So you have similar thing with movement speed being reduced, but max max dash what is it called? Max dash cooldown? Is that what I called it? What did I call it? Yeah, max dash cooldown as times equals 0. No dash cooldown. A similar reduction like this. Okay, fuck you. Um, so I think that'll basically make you slower, but dash faster. How noticeable is that at all? We'll fucking find out. Now, in the lobby, not at all, because like it regenerates like instantly, right? But when you're in the thing, when you're out here gaming, look at that like dash increase. That's another thing I have to probably fix. Max capacity jumps like that, right? Like you can yeah, that's probably a thing I'll have to fix is make that also jump percentages because I actually didn't think of that at all. But you can dash so much like more often while in this mode. Well, with holding this. That's another thing I'm gonna have to probably change alongside that, which is the transferring of dash cooldown and transferring of health on the display. So like it's so noticeable how much faster it charges. It's basically like that's kind of nuts. Like I'm just kind of not really paying attention. I'm just looking at this thing in the bottom right. It goes pretty fast, dude. And dashing is like the way. I don't know if that's a bit too OP or not. Whatever the case, uh that's pretty cool. I think that's a good spread for now. Sadly, there's no real effective way I can think of in the moment to effectively tie the descriptions. I have to manually write the descriptions separately from these things. But now we can actually implement some of the things we were just doing. And I also have a couple ideas for things I want to do. So let's go over to materials. So rock, no modifier. I'm fine with keeping it there. Gold. Gold. Where... No, it's a bit too much effort at the moment to do something. All right. So gold is this. And gold, we have more 20% more attack, 5% less attack speed. All right. So we're going to say plus 20% attack speed. BR minus 5% attack. I said attack speed earlier, but it's attack damage. Should I do damage or attack damage? Because it is base damage. I'm gonna say damage. Right, so that's pretty cool. But now I can do G slash B slash. Now, let's go to the next one. So we did gold. Let's do emerald. Emerald, I mean, probably a similar shebang on all of these. So, emerald was... Oh, this one is just, like, more attack speed. So I can kind of get rid of all of that and just say B, or it's a G because it's just plus 15. And I don't know why I keep opening sword parts. Slime. So, slime was more damage, so I can keep this because it's pretty much the exact same. I think it is the same number, yeah. Working movement speed, though. Minus 10% movement speed, right? I mean, this is pretty engaging stuff, I would say. Definitely. Glass is a bit cool, 30% damage. But minus no, 15% movement speed? No, sorry. How much health are you losing? 10%. 10% max health. Angelic Ingot, we have, um, okay, so Angelic is minus crit chance. 15% crit chance, but, plus 15. I think it's 15 and 15 on this. The other one is the one that got kind of buffed damage. The other one is pretty much the exact same thing, but reversed effects. So I'm going to take U, BR, move these around, swap some stuff. All right, so G, so this will be plus 20% crit chance, but minus 10%, right? Did I say 10? Yeah. And Amethyst. Me one of the longer ones. So Amethyst was one of the most interesting ones because it was dash cooldown. So this one is minus 15% dash cool down, but also what is it, 10% movement speed? So all of the effects should now be visible. One thing no, I don't know if I want to do that. I was just thinking of something. Anyway, so hmm. Hmm. Well, I mean, clearly it is working. Like when you have something that's different, you can see the modifiers as they exist. I'm not sure how I feel about when you make something that's uniform though. You can see the modifiers, they kind of like they do that. They kind of triple up like this. But I don't how else would I do it? I don't want to do calculations in the thing. Like it'd be really annoying to basically make how do I describe it? Basically a bit of code that kind of that actually does math on the numbers used. Like when you have something that's non-uniform, like hovering over these things, it's really nice to look at the effects. But hovering over like a boomerang, for example, this one is fine, I would say. It looks fine because they're all different. So it's like they're all relevant information. But when you do something that's like this, or like this even, each one is the same. So it's like plus 30 minus 10, plus 30 minus 10, plus 30. I mean, it's not like a big deal, and it logically makes sense why it's there. It's just like, I don't know how I feel about it. I do like that you can hover over things and see what they would do to things, like glass. But like, I don't know if I want to make it so like you can't see the modifiers on a weapon. But maybe this is not the place to do it. I don't fucking know. I really like how it looks on single materials. So I'm definitely keeping this with them showing the description on single materials. How it shows on weapons, I'm not the most fond of at the moment. So maybe I change that later at some point. Mm. I could have it so like I could do some finagling and try to make it so the image of the material corresponds or is like with the text of its like it's like associated with the text of the modifier, but that could be a lot of work, so I don't know. Anyway, we've got all the goods down. You dash quite a bit with this one, especially in areas which give you bonus. So, I for one am quite happy with this. With the materials at least, because now they all do stuff. They all have modifiers. That's pretty cool. But we're obviously not done with everything. Now I can basically say, create a text parser and write these up. Shebang a bang, and also that one. Shebang a bang. That's all done. We got a bunch of things knocked right out of the park. This one I now need to amend. I won't really, but I need to amend to basically say also the dash cooldown. So how do I do that? Well, I essentially need to take your previous max health and modify it. Well, you'll see. So let's go over to player controller. Player controller. So old. No. Health equals 100. Yeah, that's whatever. Um, old perk equals and hit dot health, or I guess health in this divided by and hit dot max health. Stop. Right, there you go. Okay, fine. Var. So this is basically giving us a double, but it's a percentage of our health as max health. And then when I do this, instead of saying max health equals this, I also say ntit dot health equals this is better be yeah, right? So basically I'm just kind of doing that. So now there should be no visual difference between changing between a weapon with glass and a weapon without it. However, your max health is in practice actually changing. And I mean we don't want the jarring effect. So, as you can see, the health bar is not changing whatsoever. And if I go over to the player, you can see the max health is changing accordingly. If I set the health to 50, right, so I'm like on half health, you can see this is actually accordingly equal to my max health. If I take 30 damage, I'll die, but if I take 30 damage now, I won't. If I take 30 damage, I'll die. If I take 30, I guess 31. If I take, let's say 40 damage right now, I'm toast. I'm gone. But if I do this, I take 40 damage. I'm safe. I'm good, right? And there's no change on the health bar, which we want. Because I mean, maybe I want to have some kind of indicator that shows what your current max health is, but I don't want it jumping around like I was before. And now the things are actually consistent. So very cool. Oh, that's actually kind of you could game the system a wee bit. I just thought of something. This is a little bit of a pro gamer strat. If you're killing something with your main sword, right, and then it drops a health thing, you could switch to something like this, which has lower max health, so the healer actually counts for more, right? If I increase this by 5, you can see it goes to there. Let's do like a more noticeable number though. Let's say I pick up 3, right? I get plus 15 health. That is like pretty much a fourth of my health, right? So I pick up 15 and my health bar goes to there because I'm holding up glass, right? But let's go back. Minus 15, so we're back to what we were at. If I go to this one, if I'm holding this and I try to gain 15 health, you can see I only go like half as much, you know? I was at here before, now I'm here. You can actually gain more health by switching to something with a lower max health before picking up healing. That's how you game the system. That's a little bit of cool tech for you that I just thought of because of this thing. And we need to do a similar thing with old perk dash, which is going to be hell if I fucking know. Divided by max dash cooldown. Which like where what am I using to store the dash? Yeah. Dash cooldown. Alright, it's dash cooldown. So I should be able to do the same thing. Now this one will actually go over 100. But it doesn't matter, because it's the whole point. So I just say, cool, dash cooldown equals max dash cooldown times old perk dash. Same exact kind of idea. Switching to the amethyst should no longer cause the dash bar to fucking jump around all that like it was before. It should be percentagely consistent, which should make it look the same. Which we'll find out now. Right? You can see like if I use up all my things and I switch to this, it's quite noticeable. So let's go back over to the thing. So this is normal, speed it up. Normal, speed it up. That's so nice, dude. That's what it should be. That's great. All right. So we've actually fixed the dash thing. We've fixed the health thing. It all now properly like appears to be translating over. Fucking obliterating these things. Anyway, I, for one, am a very happy man right now because we've just fixed some long-standing things, right? That's been fixed. Next thing I want to fix. This is something that should be baselined in Aux Tools entity system, the thing that's dealing with damage and dealing with handling all the damage stuff. But I actually kind of broke not too long ago, and when I say not too long ago, I mean when I made this game. So you'll notice when I take damage, the screen shakes, but the player is consistent. But when the enemies take damage, they act. It's really hard to see. When the enemies take damage, they flash white for a second. It's hard to demonstrate on enemies that are I kill very easily, but you know what I'm talking about, right? If let's just grab this because it'll highlight the thing better. I mean, you can kind of see it on that, but since it's already white, it's a bit hard to demonstrate. If I go to an enemy that's like in the area though, if I go into here and I start wailing on this, you can see that it flashes white for like a split second. The player doesn't though, and that's because the code that's handling that process is actually a itty bitty bit outdated, an itty bitty bit. The sprite renderer private ren, this is wrong. Well, it's getting the wrong thing. What I want to just say is if enemy type is equal to player, which I think is correct. Listening to my balls itch in your jaw. Then I go over to the player. I believe the entity of access is player, right? I'm going to copy this just to be sure, so I'm not mistaken. I can actually say, do I not have a list of the player controller? Private player controller. Player daddy. Player daddy equals get component player controller, and then I can say this is actually player daddy dot. This. I need a reference to you, one of you. It'll have a reference to it somewhere. Circle transform. That's it. Dick split. That's the underlay one. So this is the dick split. So I just say dot dick split dot same thing of get component, right? A lot of get componenting happening, but this only happens when you oh, sorry. Did I delete? Oh my god. I accidentally deleted that. My B. Dot dick split dot get component sprite renderer. But it's not going to actually go to sexy, it's going to go to red. Anyway, I can actually save a bit of runtime. A bit, like a very minor amount of runtime by doing that. But basically there's a couple of get components, but those are only being run when something initially spawns in, and it doesn't really matter. Anyway, back from. Well, I have no idea what that means. I have no idea what that means. It's something. I've got no context for that. Anyway. Oh, you can see the player flashing white for a second. But if I go through, the player should actually flash white and not be wrong. I need to set the timer to be 0. on enemies it's fine, on player it's not. You can see they actually do, the player correctly flashes white when you take damage now. That is something I was meaning to fix for quite a long time. So I just want to set the damage timer equal to 0. Actually, I'll even set it to -1, because why not? What was I gonna do? Yeah. Back from, what do you mean you're still on the wrong stream? Mm-hmm. This man speaks in tongues. He's back from nothing, and he's in the wrong stream. Who who knows? It doesn't, I don't care. I don't it doesn't matter. What I was gonna do, yeah. So I want to go back to the thing I was actually gonna fix, which if I was actually going to die, yeah, no, why? I definitely had something in mind that I was going to fix, and then I got a bit derailed. It was the player flashing white there, which did get fixed. I swear I just saw like something appear for like 1 frame at the bottom there. Maybe I'm hallucinating. That's a very real possibility. Do I not have anything? I don't have anything else equipped. All right. So I might reduce the amount of enemy spawns for like a room this size on level 1. But yeah, I'm very happy with the relative changes that we've made to these things. So I think, yeah, that's been fixed. So that's a bunch actually done this stream. I'm still gonna keep going probably because I got more things to do. I got more juice. So do I wanna work on making custom names for items? I don't know. Hmm. Well, I could pull over something from Aux Tools, which is honestly really easy to do. What I do have to do is update it though, because there is definitely some updates. So over in Aux Tools, I've been kind of I don't know, working on it on the side, doing a little bit of stuff during school. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I've just been doing a wee bit of stuff, and because of that, I have a bunch of things in there. Do I don't have it? I don't have it open. So let's go and open another Visual Studio thing. I've got so many. What the fuck is this Visual Studio? Anyway, yeah, I've got a lot of things open right now. Kind of need to though. I gotta have the stream goal highlighter. Gotta have like Unity thing when I was looking that up. I can close it. Unity Hub, I can probably close that. I don't need to have this many things open. I mean, I can. Jesus, this is really zoomed in from when I was looking at the goals. Anyway, where was I gonna go? Am I already in Converter? No. Oh, sorry, Converter doesn't have that. Yeah, it's in here. So at the bottom of Converter, I have these things, which real fucking useful. Really useful. It has to do with escaping and unescaping strings. I don't know how I lived without that. I made it like a bit ago. I don't know. I made it a couple days ago. And it'll be very helpful for what I'm going to do potentially in a second. So, where is Converter? Do I not have it open? I've just been kind of using it. I never opened it. All right. I'm just a nebulous thing that I put in here. There you go. So I can now escape those easily. So when I go over to Jizz item, which is in Jizz lol, I'm going to when I do the item to string business shebang, I do that, but I also say converter dot parse, or I guess it's escape string. That business. I know I need to pass in a list. Shut up. I'm very aware. Public list string no words equals new list string, whatever. Go back down. Please, there you go. So just all dot instance dot no words. Gonna do the same thing except on here I say e equals converter dot unescape string e jizzball.instance dot no words. Now, this should have zero effect on the actual uh, things going on. I'm going to open the game data because we're starting to mess with the data in here. So let's go over to crafting game data.text, my favorite text document. So you can see here's all of the data. Hopefully nothing in here should change if I open, hopefully nothing crashes and nothing changes when I open and close. Why? I don't know what an empty array does, but it shouldn't do anything. Well, it did something. I could tell you nothing about what it did. What did it change? I don't know. I don't feel like really figuring it out. Is it actually making a meaningful change? It very quite is. Very quite is. Yes, that's what I mean. Anyway, so it's now stable. Whatever I was doing, it's stable. It does appear to be saving the stuff correctly. It does appear to be loading the stuff correctly. I do see this stuff. It's good. But now I need to make a list of no words. Now, this is essentially just things I don't want you to put in strings. So that'll be this character. That'll be, what other ones do I use as splitters? I use that as a splitter. What else do I not want you to use? I don't want you to have access to that. I don't think that one matters, but I'll put it in there. Do I want anything else? I don't want you to have access to that. Right? So I'm basically blacklisting a couple pieces of text here. And this will become very noticeable in a second. So I am just doing that. Nothing actually should be affected by this change. Oh no. Oh yeah, I just naively did it. That was kind of stupid. I gotta admit, that was really dumb. All right, let me explain. So basically, closing it doesn't matter. So basically, I just kind of naively took the end result and the opening result and unescaped them, or escaped and unescaped them, right? However, what you really need to do is basically go through every key and escape it individually, and then come back and do it. So, can I modify the data of a for each thing without it telling me to die? So BB. Can I change the value? I kind of didn't think so, because it doesn't like you. It says you suck. So let's do a for loop. And I equals 0, I is less than fucking, wait, I'll also parse those in a second, doesn't matter. I is less than data dot count. You'll see why I'm basically just using it like a fucking list. So var e equals data dot element at I, because I'm basically accessing an underlying list within it. I guess E I've already used. Have I used that? Good. So instead of escaping the actual final product string, which is kind of an idiotic move on my part, I will say, I'll say data sex. Can I just change the value directly? Like, does that work? Also, I don't do it in here. I do BB. Is it a reference type? I hope it is. A key value pair? I hope it's a reference to the, I hope it keeps a reference to its original thing. Cannot be assigned to. Okay, wait. What about bb dot? What if I do this? You happy now? It is. It is. It is. Of course it is. Okay, so that works apparently. So I do the same thing. Um, I say converter dot escape string, and I do that one, but I pass in just lol. Actually, I'm gonna grab something. Equals or yes equals jizzlol dot instance dot no words, just so I don't have to keep typing that every time, and also because um it actually is like slightly more efficient, I would say, in terms of code. Anyway, so we get rid of this line, and we instead just say on both of these ones we'll do convert dot on escape string. There you go. So that should be good now. I think I just accidentally corrupted all of my save data in that process. So very cool. We'll see that it might crash. I was expecting a crash. I'm gonna be honest. I was not expecting that to work. Let's see what that did to my saved data. Yeah. Yeah, it's all gone. That's not a shocker. That's really not a shocker at all. That's from the previous time where I opened it up and accidentally deleted everything. Anyway, so I've got like my things. I'll just put some stuff around. That's not the right button. That's the slash, right? I've got some various materials. Let's make like a variety weapon. Let's make like a thingy. Sure. Right, I've got these things. Oh, I should probably do like one of a different type just so I can get that too. All right. So I've probably got all the various types of data. Hopefully nothing should be trying to be escaped. In-game data. That should be fine. That should be fine. Because I told it to. You don't have access to that anyway. I might remove that one. I might remove two. Because I know what that one is. I know what that one is. That one's the one that I was iffy on originally, which you don't normally need to have access. You don't normally need to worry about. But it should still load it. Yeah. That's perfect. That's actually good. All right. So all I'm gonna do, this is gonna break it again, by the way, in case you couldn't guess. I'm just going to take this and delete it, because you don't ever. It doesn't matter if that's a custom name. It's not sorting it's not doing it on the entire thing. The data splits, I mean. So because of that, I'm actually completely fine to let you have access to it, because you'll never be able to directly within the game change write like stuff to this. You'll never be able to directly interact with this. You'll only indirectly be able to. You'll never be able to say like piss poopy and then put the thing in there, which is like Q fucking, I'm guessing at that one. I'm pretty sure it's that or something similar. So what that means is I don't need to actually worry about you having this one, because you'll never have access to it. Since you can never write anything inside the... I think I replaced the key. Doesn't matter. Don't save. I'm gonna load in. Stuff is gonna break again. That's par for the course. Yeah. This one, it's because it's saying that it doesn't exist. The given key blank doesn't exist in the... Yeah, I mean, I don't blame it, because I fucked with the game data in a way I really shouldn't have. So, let's revert that, my currently saved items, and do it once more. Now, this is a change explicitly affecting materials in weapons, so I will have to go craft something just to make sure it works. So I do that, I'll make like a variety weapon, I'll make like another one of these on like a different type of weapon. There you go. So, it should be good, it should be good. Jingle. There you go. It's all good. And we should see no longer any difference between this data and the old one. But if you, as a player, ever try to mess with it, you ever try to put this as like an item name, as a custom item name, it should get filtered out and realize that that's not correct. Maybe. Possibly. Perhaps. Because you can see when I go to it in... Well, I'm gonna close aux tools now because I don't need it right now. Because if I go back over to Jizzlol and I go over to where it's actually doing this, because it's assigning the data after it's already done all this stuff, where it's already splitting it, you know, it's doing all that stuff that needs to do with these specific keywords that you're not allowed to have access to, like the plus equals plus, this one or the other one. Plus equals plus is in a different area of here. I think it's in here. Yeah, right here you can see it's also used, but it's after all of these have already been used, right? Then it unescapes the strings. So we should be good. I would hope. I think we should be not terrible. But this is one of the things I wanted to do on my goals list. Did I write it in there? Implement aux string escaping. There you go. That's one of the things I wanted to do because it's kind of important to fix that. So, do I want to create an inbuilt way for you to set the name of crafted items? At the moment, I don't know. Do I have access? Wait. Hold on. If I go to slot. No. Really? Hold on, I didn't do that. That's kind of a surprise. You can see it has this jizz item. I didn't realize this is actually not system.serializable. You can't see it in here. That's something I should fix probably in aux tools. Like this is I have a list of things I need to do in aux tools. Make jizz item system.serializable. All right. That was a quick fun little thing that I discovered I need to do. Anyway, what this should mean is you can see the held item and then you can see the data about it, right? This pretty self-explanatory, I should say. But I need to go add a new thing. So jizz lol yeah. So basically this is the stuff whatever that items have. This is their name, their amount, their container. It has all the juicy stuff. It's got all the goods. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a new data type called public string, not description. It will be name. Or I should call it custom name probably. Custom name, right? Very simple, out of the box stuff. Custom name equals sex dot. Right, duplicating that. Wait, it doesn't duplicate data? Whoa. I didn't even know that. Anyway, unrelated. Just thinking of some other stuff. Anyway, so it's making some stuff. Set defaults is a cool thing. So the default state of custom name should just be empty, right? Nothing. There is no custom name. And when I go over to data, name, you can see I actually already pre-made this field, but I commented it out before. It's because I didn't know what I was going to do with it. So name will now be a used field, and this will be the custom name. Now, on the load side of things, I say custom name equals data custom, or I guess it's called name. It's called name with a capital N. Anyway, there you go. So that'll save and load the custom name of or like the given thing for what or for items, but that isn't displaying them. We now need to go over to, and I believe this is in the clusterfuck of not. Is it here? It is here. Here we go. So this hover if hover dot custom name is not equal to null, else. There you go. So what this should mean is, so long as I can type that in. Hello, how's it going? Pretty good, honestly. I'm doing a bit of coding, doing a bit of dumb moments, doing a bit of coding, doing some stuff. I got the amazing title screen rocking. It's about it. Yeah, I mean, was working on seeing if I could make custom naming of items. So these is still working. It's correctly naming this boomerang, but if I don't have access to it, hold on. What's like an easy accessibly place? So can I find where that is though? That's the inventory equips image, probably has it. Yeah. So this has the item, so baller, right? So I can be like that. Well, that obviously didn't work. And why? I did tell it to have a custom name. Did I not? That one's empty. I mean, like it definitely knows that it has that, right? Because if I re-put that data there and so it definitely is remembering that it has this data because I can take it away and put it back and it still has it. If I close the game and I reopen it, does it still have it? Because that was part of the thing with the saving and loading that it should have. Yeah, you can see it loads in right there immediately. So it's just not displaying properly. Why is it not displaying properly? Well, we're gonna find out. So it's a good question. It's the item that you're hovering over. If the custom name is not nothing, in other words, because I gave it a custom name, it should be that. Item name dot text equals balls. I'm just trying to see if I can change the text at all, which I should definitely be able to do, because that's the code that tells it to be that text in the first place. So very clearly, I'm going insane is the answer, right? You can see it says balls, and it would be on no matter what I hover. But if I get rid of this, it's clearly running that one, but not this one. Why is that the case? We're gonna find out. Hopefully. I didn't change anything. I don't want to know. I think like did it just not save my changes from before and whatever. It's actually displaying the name now. So that's good. So that means what I can do is I can go back over to here to the known location of it. And then I can call it like poopy schmungus. That's what you get. Schmung. That doesn't schmungus. That doesn't. I don't even care. I'm not even. What? It, what? What? Huh? What the fuck? What? That's stupid. What what am I looking at? So I changed the name hello balls. Right, so I say hello balls. And it's like, no, that's not my name. I refuse, even though it does remember it. But if I click off of it and then click back onto it, what? What? Unity, what the actual fuck? Why? Whatever. Hooray. What is the point of that? Why does it not properly update until I reload the fucking interface? That is crazy design, if so. So I can do whatever the hell I want to this. I can say, poopy man. I can change the amount. That won't do anything. I can change the item index to be a... Okay, no, maybe not. Maybe it actually cares about that one. Because of course it cares about that one. Oh yeah, it does, because it has to do with the rendering of it, and I just set it to an invalid state. So let's go back to the boomerang. Let's try setting it all at once to sword. I'm gonna put it in my clipboard. Oh, okay, of course. So when I change that, it cares. So when I change the name, the type of item, it's like, oh yeah, I'll update instantly. But when I change the display name of it, like poop, I call it that. Why? Why is it working now? And now it's not. Why? I feel like I'm going insane. But it fixes itself when I do that. It's so stupid. The stupidest shit I've seen in so long. Might have to force update if when I'm not gonna do this manually when I'm in the editor ever. That's a good point. Um, if I was gonna be manually editing the name like this from within the Unity editor, then maybe. But I'm doing this just because I haven't actually made the in-game method of doing this yet. Um, so is there like, wait, so what happens if I change the name? So I'll call it like PP poo poo, right? And it's gonna be like, no, that doesn't exist. But can I click out of Unity and click back in? Okay, I can't. So I'm gonna put like crossbow on my clipboard, right? So I can quickly put that in there and replace sword with that. So that'll change the rendering type. So very clearly, you would think it would have realized that this has changed, but it doesn't realize this has changed. It realized this has changed, but not this one. Okay, idea. Idea. What if this is user error? What if this is user error? It's a very probable. It's not a text mesh problem. That's definitely not a text mesh problem. Like that, I think text mesh trail works fine. What if I take the text and then I append the item name dot item index. Sorry, it's hover. Right. So I'll put like some spaces, you know, I'll be kind. I'll put like a right, so it'll show you what it thinks they both are. And if they're both not changing, then I think this is a user error. But if one is changing and the other one isn't, then it's a Unity error. And I think that is as far as I'm going to bother testing it, because this is just really stupid. So, hello balls, the sword. Boomerang, boomerang. Let's go to boomerang, boomerang. So if I paste, like if I change the name, it doesn't realize that I've changed the name. But if I change the thing to sword, for example, yeah, this is a user error. That's pretty funny, though. I wonder what's causing that. So, well, I especially wonder what's causing it, considering clicking something and clicking back causes it to... No, now it doesn't fix itself anymore. Was I going insane before where clicking on it... This is so fucking scary. What? So I clicked on this and it didn't work, but I clicked over here and it did? I don't. I just have my head in my hands right now. I I can't even comprehend why it's causing this problem. Yeah, I could try reloading Unity. I might do that in a second, but this is honestly kind of hilarious. So I'm gonna change the name. Now it cares? Nothing happened! I haven't changed the code! But, wait, why? What the fuck? This is amazing. It just doesn't make any sense. It's so fun. Alright. I'm also gonna check in my changes on GitHub as well. Um, let's do that probably. Pissy poo poo. That's a good commit name. Man, yeah, turning things on and off again is a great way. I said on and off. Turning things off and on again is a really good way to fix it. Um, the problem is I don't know if that is a problem caused by Unity not being resetted in a minute. I can't imagine that'd be the case. It's just a very interesting little bug there. Bro, you can't even see all my numerous projects because up to 4 months ago, I reset my computer and then I lost all the files. Well, I didn't lose the files. I still have them. I have them in here. I have the old projects. I got all the Unity projects, but you can only see like a couple of them. Cause yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm rambling. My mind's a bit like all over the place because I'm just so utterly thrown by the anomaly that I've encountered. Um, so I guess we can see if turning it off and on again actually fixes it. I'm not entirely confident that it will, because I don't know why it would. So it's like that. I need to find this again. So this is in normal render, inventory, equips, and the slot. All right. So I changed the name. That's probably a bad name to change it to. Let's change it to this. And it's going to be like, yeah, it shows up. I knew that it was going to show up there. But will it show up this time? No. I'm starting to get a hang of it. The most sadistic thing I've heard in a while. I love watching people suffer while building games, so I have subbed. So yeah, turning it's sometimes when you change it, it decides to update. But sometimes when you change it, it's like, no. It just chooses. It just chooses when it feels like it. And if you pray to the right gods, it'll update. I don't know. I don't know. So whatever the case, the thing works now. It's good. That I don't. I need to take a second. All right. So we have the custom name thing that I was trying to make. Um, I probably should fix doors not getting killed when you go to the main menu. This is still a problem. I genuinely don't know if this is still a problem. I think it probably is, considering I left it as a note to myself to fix it, and I don't have the recollection of fixing it, so it's very likely I did not. But I do have door code. I do have door code. So where's the code for the doors? Probably in MISC somewhere. And we have to sort through all the names. Or I could find the prefab for it, which is probably in, like, rooms. Yeah, it's here. Door fart. I mean, you don't get more eloquent than that. Like, there's no way to convey a better message. So is it even worth making a list of game objects for this? Like, just being like, yeah, I'm gonna make a list of fucking door farts. A list of game objects, of the doors, so I can be like, stupid ass, door doohickeys. There you go. Equals new list. So this is stupid ass door doohickeys. So where's my doors? I already forgot what I called it because door fart. It doesn't matter if it's not planned if you're in the game changing items. Yeah, no. I do plan to let you at some point edit the name or at like I want you to like here's the thing. Have you seen the devlogs that I made about this? I'm guessing probably not based on the fact that you subbed from watching the stream rather than through watching those videos. But I have been making a couple videos on the progress of this over the past like 2 months ago. I released a video. It doesn't really matter. No one cares. So I kind of talk about it then, but do you know the premise of this? Maybe. I don't know if it really matters. Nope, first time I've seen the channel. Yeah. I mean, then welcome. It's me suffering to make random shit. Uh So have you ever I feel like I should do this without having a bunch of stuff in my inventory, which kind of spoils part of it. So shebang a bang, there it goes. And when I say there it goes, I have to do shut the fuck up. Yeah, okay. It doesn't like me when I do that. So real quick, slight detour. I'm gonna retry doing that, but opening it again without modifying the game data. Anyway, so I'm just going to quickly erase all of the things that I have in my inventory. This is just the cleanest way to do it because very bare bones. Pretty much the entire game is, obviously. If you've seen the game state and you've seen the title screen, obviously. Amazing title screen with amazing font, as always. I love Singal. Anyway, so have you ever wanted to craft something? Have you ever been like, oh, I want to make like a rock sword, you know? I want to make a sword out of rock. That's a very normal, common thing to want to do. You want to make a sword out of rocks. Minecraft, for example, has a pretty cool crafting thing. Like, can I get like a? I'm pretty sure everyone's familiar with the diamond sword crafting recipe, right? I mean, I've searched this up before because it's the same example I use, right? Minecraft diamond sword crafting recipe. It's amazing. I hope I do hope the main menu stays like that, but it might have to change, sadly. What's Minecraft? I know. I've never heard of that. It's a very, very unique game. But this is I'm explaining where I got the inspiration for this idea. And Minecraft has these things. You know, you have the wood sword, gold sword, diamond sword, iron sword, right? You have these different materials of swords, and I think that's cool. And I was like, what if you had what if you went over to this thing? Don't mind those. So you go over and you make like a rock sword, you know? So you can make a sword out of rock, or you can make this and you can make a sword out of gold, you know? But what if you wanted to be a bit creative, you know? What if you wanted to go this and then you wanted to do this and then you wanted to do this, right? That's not something you can do. But I was like, what if I did it anyway? So you can do that, right? So you can make like a hybrid sword. Don't mind the fucking cursed tooltips. I might fix those maybe. I don't know. This is probably not how they're gonna stay. Sword. And there is how many materials have I made? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 materials currently. That's all that exists at the moment, because that's all I've gotten around to making. But I've drawn these. They work for anything. So you can make like a fucking slime. Where's glass? I can make like a glass shuriken. Only glass shuriken. Glass slime crossbow. Emerald gold fucking demonic boomerang. I don't know. You can make a bunch of things, and then there's also not only can you mix and match all the materials with any other material, you can also make the 5 weapons, or at least 5 weapons, because that's how many I've made. I probably am going to do more if I can think of cool ideas for them. And we haven't even gotten to the gameplay. This is just kind of like the crafting shit. So the gameplay, you kick around a soccer ball. No, I'm kidding. You go into this. Now, it'd be great if I could quickly get out of the game and do a bit of behind the scenes stuff and disable something. Where is it? Here we go. This is just disabling something so I can see the entire map. So this is a very short area. It's only, I think, 3 rooms long, 3 or 4 rooms long, and it's meant to be. It's meant to be the first one is meant to be very short. Because it's kind of your introduction. I think the enemy spawns is a bit too high, personally, but You go in, right? And enemies, right? They start spawning in. You've got these two interesting enemy types. You've got I'm doing bad right now. I also only have this basic sword equipped. I might have to tone down the strength of some of these enemies, especially for like newer players. Because it's a bit intense, I would say, to open with that. But balancing is a thing. Procedural generation. Ye- Here's the thing. What's the difference between procedural generation and random generation? Because I remember there's a difference. Procedural generation, I believe, is when you're fully making the game generate them, whereas random generation is kind of more similar to what I'm doing, versus random generation. I'm pretty certain what I'm doing is random generation. Yeah, okay, I'm doing random generation, not procedural generation. That's that's the word. That's the phrasing. Anyway, don't don't mind Baller over there. Don't mind him over here either. He's kind of there. So you can kind of go through, right? You get locked in these rooms, enemies spawn in, and you can kind of beat them up, right? Now, this by itself is probably not the most interesting, so I'm gonna let myself die here and go back to the menu. So we have some things, and I like to go with the class. Where's I'm gonna go with like some emerald stuff because it's the one that I think is cool. Uh, Schmungus. So the dungeons are randomly generated for their placements. Yes, that is correct. I have like room. Hold on. I can probably show you. They're very, very basic rooms. They're literally fucking squares and rectangles, and they have nothing in them. I have some furniture. Furniture is a very light term. I have like a rug. I have a rug. I can't drag it in here. I can go over here. I can put a rug down. I can put a rug down. I can put a rug down. Don't. Anyway, I can put a rug down. I can put a rug down. Anyway, I can put some rugs down. Or I could go over and put a barrel down. Or I could put a barrel down. Don't mind that. I could put a barrel down. Or I could put a barrel down. Or get this. I could go to bed. I got a bed. I could put a bed there. I could put a. I don't. Yeah, I guess sometimes they cannot spawn. I could put a bed there. I could put some beds. It's crazy. And then you go in the thing, and there's. Whoa, and you can actually break the barrels. Oh my god! And that's a barrel too. And the beds have collision. Stuff to test stuff. Anyway, yeah. So the rooms are very empty right now. They look like shit. That's my take on the rooms. They look awful. I don't like how they look. They're basically just empty rectangles with space to fight enemies in. I mean, the walls look nice. The floor looks nice. It's not I'm not interested in that stuff. Okay, I can get why you're not interested in the decoration. It's just decoration, but it adds livelihood. It adds to the atmosphere, right? Now, you may have seen these two enemies, but there's actually not just two enemies. There's actually technically four because that's what I've made. But in order to see them, I need to go to some of the don't. Where is my button? Here's my button. Don't. Okay, so let's go to the next floor. I'm just skipping ahead a bit in time because I don't feel like going through the floor. So we have this. Now we're on to the next one. Now you might start seeing a new type of enemy, which is this kind of like skeleton thing that charges at you. I don't know. I'm not great at design. I'm just making shit. So we got these skeleton things which basically ram towards you, and they're pretty cool, I would say. They're kind of neat. That's also part of the shuriken, which is a weapon that I'm not going to bother explaining at the moment. I like the looks. How they close in on you, perhaps. I was debating if I want to zoom in the camera at all. I don't know if I want to be honest. It's something I've been pondering. But for now it's fine. And you can see that you've kind of got the basic gameplay loop. If you go in the dungeon, you go beat up enemies. And then if you take damage, you heal from them. You heal from absorbing their life essence as like a soul, which is this thing that kind of flies towards you. And then yeah, and then you got a bit of overheal sometimes if you're at full health. You got dashes, you got stuff. There's a bunch of stuff I've been working on to make the game feel nice. A lot of effects, like enemies exploding into blood when you kill them, which I think just looks cool. Or skip bones in the boner's case. And so I've been working a lot on trying to make the game feel as good as possible to play. And then there's actually one more, like air quotes floor where things are noticeably different, where you have the another type of enemy. Although if I get it, that's the yeah, we got it. The orb. Shoots these giant lasers at you. Anyway, we're starting to see some elite enemies also start spawning. How long have I been working on this? Sadly, I've been working on this for a couple months. I haven't really been keeping track of the time, to be honest. I've just been working on it in my free time over the summer. School started back up. I'm in my senior year of high school now, so I gotta deal with that now. Because looking for colleges is a fun thing to do and takes up a lot of time. But I try to work on it when I can. I've just been kind of working on it because I like doing it. I should not have tabbed out like that or just kind of spaced out for a second. So these enemies, they kind of beam you. Enemies after you first encounter them, the longer that you've been fighting them, the more the more they can become elite. So you've probably noticed these enemies with outlines, right? These ones are fast. They got yellow, or the one that was red. If I ever took damage from them, oh, I did. I took 20 damage. Time flies when you got other stuff going on. My game is going through. Yo, damn, pretty long time to be doing it. Or actually, well, it's a long time to me. It's probably not that long in terms of the overall game development. God, fucking, what do you call it? Atmosphere. But yeah, it takes a long time. It takes a real long time. I got a lot of plans for this. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna like ever get bored of doing it. I haven't thus far. I haven't gotten bored. I'm hoping I don't, because I like where it's going. I think it's cool. And one other thing I can quickly show off. If I go and use my cheat code button, which goes to the next floor immediately, I'm gonna skip forward a couple floors, because the amount of elite enemies actually increases with the floor count. So, or the percentage of elite enemies increases. So we'll see more powerful enemies at a higher level of elite. And there's also new elite types that get introduced. For example, this blue one where they start spitting these fucking blue thingies at you. I'm so utterly dead here. And then there's also the pink one, which if I did kill him. I'm not sure how well it was visible though. I am so utterly fucked here. I probably need to make these later floors even harder, to be honest, because you'd ideally be more powerful than baseline. But I've been surviving on a bit of skill. I'm not like the greatest at video gaming ever, but I'm all right. Anyway, so you got this is kind of just where the game's at so far, an overview. I've been doing very definitely consistent streams, yeah. Uh Definitely. I mean, definitely was not it was not like a 2 week break between this and the last one. So how do you get the resources to make your weapons? You mean, are you asking from a gameplay perspective or from a gameplay? You mean like how would you as the player get the resources to make the weapons? That, or are you asking how I as the game dev am getting like the image files for this gameplay? Okay. That is something that I originally thought I had figured out, but then realized I didn't like how it was going, and that I stopped doing it. So, remember when I said kind of ignore the ballers? Let's see if I can find an example of one. It appears to be coming up in the next room, or two. So I'll just quickly beat up some enemies while I kind of talk about it. So, originally I kind of wanted to have like you, if you've ever played Enter the Gungeon, you kind of have, you open these chests every so often, and they give you weapons, they give you items. I was thinking, what if I did the same thing? The Lego men? Well, oh, the Roblox guy. Yeah. I think maybe you can see where I'm going with this. Basically, wait, this goes to the next room? Oh, alright. This happened. That's the door. I knew it. I knew that bug was still around. I don't know. Is it worth try? See, look, this is the bug I was going to fix, but I got a bit sidetracked. The doors sometimes stay around. Okay. I'm actually like good this time. now that the game isn't killing itself over banana particles. So we have the baller, right, which I can show off right here. And my idea was you can interact with it like kind of like a chest, and it would spawn like an item on the ground, you know, and you'd interact with the item and it goes in your inventory. That's the one I just picked up. Um, the thing is, I didn't start. Why did you say start like the method? Mm. So that was the original idea. I didn't like where it was going though, so I stopped kind of working on it. Clear room. Oh. Oh, you're talking about like code. You're talking about like code. Yeah, I have that. I have that. Where is the thing is I just didn't include stuff I didn't include the doors. That was the thing. Look, I have I think it might even be called the clear map. Yeah. Clear map. There's some interesting stuff. Probably not efficient code, but I don't really care. Because you only ever would do it if you die or you're going back to the main menu from within a dungeon. So, efficiency is not a word. It's not a word. So I had the stupid ass door doohickeys, right? I can pretty much just stupid ass door doohickeys, and then door. Where's door fart? I can be like when you start gamer.instance dot stupid ass door doohickeys dot add this, or I guess it'd be game object, and then gamer.instance dot remove game object. Whoa, crazy. It's pretty intense code there. Anyway, that should fix the door problem. That really, it's really, it's really intense code, I know. Probably like the most. I don't have a great way of showing if it works or not, but I don't think I'll be seeing doors anymore from going to the main menu. And I mean, I don't, it's hard to tell because I don't feel like testing it. I just think it works out of the box, and if it doesn't, well, I'll learn later. I'll learn at some point. Of the goals list, it's shrunk quite considerably since the beginning of the stream. Love the variable names and function. There is no variable names. I do not know what you're talking about. Visual to electric sex instead of electric boogaloo. Uh, but yeah, I have a slight distaste of variable names sometimes. Sometimes I name them like legitimate stuff, like players, elite types, you know, like I'll name them legitimate stuff like particle spawns, but sometimes I'll also name it like stupid ass door doohickeys because it's dumb. Or because it serves exactly one purpose, like naming this Coomer. What's the point of naming it Coomer? It doesn't help with readability. However, it only needed to exist for like one thing to work, so I was like, may as well not even give a shit. Instant school menus. The most janky, this is the most, yeah, I actually hate this so much. I shove it around in a corner somewhere. I hate this. The fact that this is like an actual fix of something that's a problem, and it worked, and I hate that it worked. Um, that's a story for another time. As long as you can remember what the hell it is and no one else works on this game, then yeah. Well, I don't want other people to work on this, because it's my thing. I'm very selfish like that. I want it to be my thing. It's not actually why. It's just I like making stuff, and I don't want to have anyone else on this project. It's just kind of my own. I don't know. I don't have a great way of my own progeny, my own creation. Everything shall be unbridled me in this, and that includes the variable names. That includes naming things like really stupidly, because that's how I do stuff. Z dumb font assets, because it's all the stupid things I don't actually really need. I just keep just in case I want to do it, and then I delete it later. Actually, I can probably delete it now, because I don't really need them. I only need it if I want to recover something, but I don't actually need to do that anymore. Um, well, that's a few deletions. It's a few changes. I think that's a good long descriptor about what I did. Made a few changes. Yeah, seems good. I can only work on my stuff. I have dyslexia. I'm a programmer. If I work on someone else's stuff, I pretty much have to read the whole thing over. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. I've had to read other people's code. I don't think it's very fun to do. I like writing code. I don't like reading code. And if you've got dyslexia, then I can only imagine it makes it all the more extremely painful to actually like go out and try to comprehend someone else's code. I can't say I know what it's like to have dyslexia, but I can sympathize with that. Um, I can't stop this. It's not me. I can't prevent it. Or can I? Just fucking commenting out the, the debug statement. It's not mine. It's from navmesh stuff that I have installed so that I can have the enemies navigate to you properly around walls and shit. But yeah, who needs the debug statement anymore? Because I don't. It's just dumb. How long is the stream going? 2 hours? That's like my average stream length, I would say. I generally go about like, okay, we don't count that time, or that other time I did like a 6 hour stream. That was an anomaly. Uh, do I have? Where is the 6 hour stream? This was back in my previous project at some point. Yeah, 6 hour stream. Let's go. I had to write my own navigation AI items. It was pretty fun. Yeah, I don't want to do that ever. I'd probably die. I'd probably rather not. I'd probably give up if I had to make my own navigation stuff. I make my own like behavior stuff, but like pathfinding, it's just really annoying to do. It's not something I want to have to deal with. So I kind of let Unity deal with it, and then I just kind of oversee it, direct it. I don't know if that really conveys the message. I'm making stuff, but the pathfinding is what Unity is doing because I do not want to have to ever deal with that. It just seems like a real pain in the ass. Uh, I do have like I'm not gonna go to it. I have a bunch of code for dealing with like, and I've also done this in the past, which is like writing like enemy behavior. Uh, if if I showed you how some of my stuff rendered, you absolutely hate it. Is it is it worthy of being in here though? Like, is it worthy of this? I have a compiled list of things that I think deserve to be shamed. Most of them are from me. Uh like this. God, that one was so bad. I just didn't even want to write a for loop. It was because of this last one where 0 equals 0 and I was like, do I want to really write a for loop? So I just copy and pasted it and changed the numbers and said, fuck it, I'm done. Um, this is from a real old project of mine though. How many years ago? Only one. Surprising. Although I think the project may have been older than one. Anyway, point being, I've had a lot of this is from Source. This is from a friend of mine. Uh it's just really I just have I have a lot of collection of absolutely amazing code. This one, I think I had like a brain fart when I wrote it. What's your Discord? I'll send you pictures of items. I think the Discord is linked in the description of the stream. It should be, unless I forgot to do that. Yep, right there. And then that links you to Nerd Central, baby. Forgot about Bob the Builder. Forgot I did that. Anyway, um, yeah, it's the Dick Sword. I do Dick Sword stuff. I post dick pics on Dick Sword. Definitely, that's a real thing I do. Definitely, you can see some behind the scenes development stuff of crazy things going down. Back when I was making I don't know, I kind of keep like a loose-ish development log of stuff that I'm making. It's not really like in depth, but I like to take screenshots of stupid things that I sometimes create, like the highlighting working not correctly. Me when I imported the Minecraft font, working on other. I forgot when I found that picture. Back when I made the boomerang, back when I made the amethyst stuff, back when I made some of the other stuff as well. So you got a lot of history there. Oh, I can spy on you. I can see that you joined the thing. That's the real message. I feel like Discord is scaring me. It'll show you how okay. Um, should I be scared? Should I be scared? That's the real question. Discord casually breaking. Well, send it to me then. I got my horror movie imaginary popcorn here to see what you have to say. Is it something? I don't know. One sec, gotta load it. Gotta lock in. He's gotta lock in, guys. Um, hmm. Well, I'm not exactly sure how much more I'm gonna get done this stream, considering how sidetracked I've recently gotten. A lot of these are kind of a bit more in-depth things that I probably do not want to start while very distracted. So this will probably be where I end the stream once I see what's going on with this, or at least soon after this, because I don't know. It's also 9 p.m. currently. It's not that late, to be honest. I don't even know why I bothered mentioning it. But has he locked in? Has he gone full hacker mode? He's downloading all them viruses and uh scrambling their databases. I don't know. All right. So this is the map that's being rendered, I assume. So if this is in Unity, I would assume you're using a tile map for the isometric ground. Yeah. I mean it's a picture of the game. Yeah. It's the thing. I mean, based on what I'm seeing, it looks like I mean, I can kind of analyze what I'm seeing. Turn-based kind of combat. I'm guessing you'd probably select a tile to move to. You'd move to it. You fucking beat the guy up. Your goal is probably to get over to the caravan, maybe save that guy. It's something lore related. It says kill all the enemies is to win, but you got a guy in the background. What is this? What am I looking at? I'm gonna turn it down. I the camera is the camera not even orthographic? I can't. No, I think the camera's orthographic. I would have to. The camera has to be orthographic. I'd probably cry if it's not. Um, I think it maybe it's just the way that this is appearing, um, on from the non-orthographic camera, an orthographic camera of the method used to take the screenshot. Um, yeah. Why would you build a custom tile mapping system? They have an inbuilt isometric view. It's a whole thing. It's like you can go over and you can be like, I'll make it in here. Or even where do you put it? 2D object, tile map, isometric, right? You can make like a why would you do that? Why would you so the game would I had building if I had buildings it was not doing what you wanted. You mean because it was rendering because like the tiles were overlapping with other tiles? That's what I have to guess. Is if you have multi tile sprites, it would what? No, 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 no. So you made like a background thing, all right? Or like the like a wall, I mean, like a back wall. Um, what? I no. Why? So, so, oh my God, it's amazing. Like, you can even just use the got the sprites to not clip through the building sprites. Wait, just set the order like to render above it then. Or are you saying that the rendering or like you want to also have them render behind it also? So I mean this is something I haven't actually dealt with myself, but I do have thoughts on how I would do it, which is I would probably have the order in layer be set by the Z or the Y height, so the Z and Y are related to each other. Uh I don't know if I want to know the code behind this for the map. This is I don't want to call it beautiful, but I don't want to call it like good. Um, it's just beyond what I have for where I need to save this so I can zoom in on this. Sure, save it to my downloads. I just want to have a look at this so I can zoom in. Did I even download the right one? I wanted to download the full, like, normal picture. Yeah. Am I imagining these tile boundaries? Like, sometimes I don't, like, on this I don't see it at all. But I see it, like, here and here. But, like, I see it here, but I don't see it there. Am I imagining that? I don't think I'm imagining that. It's programmer art. Yeah, okay. Give me the code then. You said here's the code, and then did not. I mean, I'm so offended. I can't believe it. In the meantime, so you got a little dude. He's got the foot. Victory condition, kill enemies. Is there? I wonder if there's any other victory conditions that's never kill enemies. Or if it's ever different. I'm gonna assume probably based on the specificity of the fact that it exists at the top of the screen. Um, hold on. So, mm-hmm. All right. Why is there two separate methods that do the exact same thing? I'm having, yeah. These get position character. Am I not seeing? I'm not seeing a difference between those two methods at all, unless there's like one like number or something that's changed. The only thing I really noticed is that this comment it doesn't have a space. Uh, no. Vector 2 in, vector 2 in. Oh, I'm getting messaged. Hold on. All right. What do you, why? It's not slightly different. It's the exact same. Is there a difference? I don't see one. These methods do the exact same thing. You could just call one from the other and it would do the exact same thing as far as I can tell. Yeah. No, like I'm like genuinely serious. Is there a difference? You have duplicate methods. Why? What for what purpose? Empty the compartments of your pantaloons. They're the same. They were different at one time. You can't just Oh, that's great. That's amazing. So they're different, or they used to be different, but now they're the same. But you never bothered, like, getting rid of the fact that, of the duplicate because it's like too much effort. Because and now you're just, it's like, it's too much effort to get rid of the old one and replace it with the new one. Even though it's basically just, you do like Control F, find in all documents, or like current solution, and then just replace. Actually, I think Visual Studio is a better keybind for renaming shit. I don't know it. I'm not the most savvy. I mean, I am somewhat, but I'm not. I don't know all like the stupid keybinds for this stuff. I know there is one for renaming variables. Game is over 30,000 lines of code. I don't want to break anything by doing anything drastic like renaming stuff. Yeah, yeah, I can see why. My longest project is nowhere near that length. So, and I get scared of renaming shit when it's that level, when it's not even close to that. So yeah, if it's a lot longer, I can imagine why. Slight design note, I'm like, why is the text different here? Well, like the victory condition text is a different font than the kill all enemies text. In fact, the fonts are quite drastically different all around. Like you use the font on weapon, but I think there's a different font on character and a different font on dagger. Game is a licensing. Uh, what? What do you mean licensing? How does licensing make these the same font? Or not make them the same font? You just extend the Text Mesh Pro to also include that, or just like take the font component of this and put it onto there. Why would I can understand like having limited fonts, like limited access to fonts due to licensing, not why the fonts are very inconsistent. It says licensing still. Other things. I don't know if I can really comment on anything else. Victory condition text that I cannot include. What? License text that you cannot include in a game as specifically dynamic text? That's that's crazy. What? I refuse to believe that someone was like, yeah, you can use my font for static text, but not for text that changes. If included in a game as a TTF, it would be a breach of license. And then you have me, the guy who does not care what a license says. I'll just use it anyway. Because why not? It's a font. Don't mind sudden silence there for a second. That was nothing. Nothing at all. So, well, why would you? But if you're using a font, well, why not just make it the same font then? I mean, I can't. If you have a font, This license disallows it. If you have a font in a game that is dynamic, you have to include the TTF in game to use it. I mean, that's technically, I mean, do you? Look, okay, but like, I'm not just saying like, but you're saying you have a dynamic text one, right? The one that you use for kill all enemies. Look, I don't even know. Like, I'm not gonna prod that like licensing stuff, but you have a font, the one that you use for kill all enemies, that you can use dynamically. So why is it not both? Why is it not just the victory condition also? Would that not make it cohesive? Same with like, I mean, like same with like the weapon and dagger thing. With actually maybe not as much the weapon and dagger. It's really the victory condition kill enemies because it's like part of the same sentence, but it's really I don't know why you wouldn't do it. I can't see a reason why you wouldn't, other than like you like the font and how it looks over the dynamic font. Unless I'm there's some other possible. Oh, this would be great if the dynamic font was like, no, you can't. You can use it as a dynamic font, but not as a static font. That would be something. Uh, because I don't see it anywhere that would be dynamic in heavy air quotes. I don't see. Oh, I don't see the dynamic font anywhere that would be static. It's all the same font. All right. All right. All right. Imagine having to deal with licensing because I assume you're doing this to make money. I think that's what licensing even is covering. Or maybe it's just in general. I don't really care. I don't... Well, I assume I don't know. I assume you'd probably sell this game, and that's why you're, like, worrying over the licensing. Or maybe you just care about the licensing. I don't know. I've seen the licensing on fonts, and then I've said, oh, this text file of the licensing, this goes to the trash. Because, I'm just making stuff. Yeah, I could find another font, but I like the one we have, and I don't want to get sued. Yeah, very fun. I don't make money off of the stuff I do, so I don't really care. Or I don't, um, really have to deal with any, or I don't know if any is the right term, but I really don't have to care about licensing. The odds that someone's gonna care, like, oh, you use the stupid Minecraft font in your project, that's for fun. I don't would I feel like Microsoft would be the kind of company to be like, that's ours. I don't know. I'm still something about this image. I think it's the UI. I don't want to go back and have to pay restitution to another end. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean I totally understand why. Because I mean if you spent like fucking 3 years or as you said making this, which is quite the long time and quite the like effort investment to make into a game. You don't want to have to then, pay like some dividend or whatever to someone else just for because you used a font in the wrong way. So I can definitely see where you're coming from. I'm just something about this UI is not feels. I don't know if I have the words for this. Let me do something. I don't have drive open. More Google drawing. So I've got this. Just wanted to quickly grab something like that. Grab something like that. Am I going insane or does that look better? I'm gonna hide the other stuff, obviously, but like that'd be black, transparent, and I blue blow. Alright. Like, does that not I think that looks more balanced as a font, right? And then similar thing, but can I do that on this? Maybe not on this one. Whoa, don't do that. Uh, this one, to me, I don't think I can do that. I'm not sure I'd be able to do this and get away with it. Maybe I can. I do probably a similar thing over there. Um, just kind of making tweaks. So like this thing. Can I go with this? Uh, Sploingen. Got issues with the text at the top being too big. I can see that this is just a little adjustments we can clean up on later. Yeah, no, it's just like certain little like things about the like wideness of the font is kind of annoying to me. Like I don't know. Some seem too wide, some seem too thin. Like this is a really tedious process because this isn't a terrible way of doing it, but I don't really care. So I could just grab like that or something. And then like, but the thing is like the text in here. It's like, why is it? That's the thing. That's the thing. Weapon equals wide space, VC equals cramped compared to it. VC equals cramped compared to it. Yeah, I know why the weapon, like the text specifically of it is off. So I wanted to take a look at this one. This button. Swap text. Gonna also grab like the background so I can kind of fuck with these things. All right. This is kind of annoying. I accidentally grabbed a bit of the bottom and top. Anyway. I would feel like that looks better, you know? I don't know. I'm not like a peak designer or anything, but I was something about this UI I don't like. It's not like the problem is I can't explain why. Maybe it's the lack of I know I just this is I well this is making it very blurry. But this is actually can't tell. Is this supposed to be pixel art? Or is it just a low resolution? Because it could just be a high resolution pixel art, or it could be a low quality image. And honestly, I don't know. Like, hold on. Do I have other sources that I can back this up on? I mean, those don't look like pixel art. This is it. That's something I think you should maybe answer. I just think the pictures that I have are a bit low quality to be actually to be able to accurately tell. Um, like this picture that I have. This is the one I'm kind of using, but like I can't tell if that is an artifact of it being low quality or an artifact of pixel art. Sent a new one. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, okay. So it's not actually pixel art. It was just a low quality image. All right, all right. Um wait. What the whoa 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 wait a minute. What is this? I don't think you're is that done on purpose? I feel like it's not. I mean, these look like drawn images because they're pretty consistent, but why would you mix the no the same thing? This is this bluish is where you can move. No, 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 that's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying the pixels. This is, I mean, that I would consider all as hand drawn. All right, all right, but the pixels, right? So this is a pixel art tile thing overlay, but the characters aren't, nor is anything else. So, so the so the the background is like high quality image, or probably being fucked by compression and the fact that I'm zooming in super far on a low quality, or not low quality, but not high enough quality to have like good looking grass. Anyway, assuming it looks like good grass, why would you? What's with the fucking time? Why? Is it just that you can't tell that it's pixel art at like the whatever resolution it's being rendered at? Like, is this just the resolution it renders, and hence when you zoom in, it looks like pixel art? Because I can't. But that would be that wouldn't make any sense because the other things aren't like that. Why would you do pixel art? Why would you do pixel art? Why? Why would you do that? Hmm. So you made the blue squares, but you didn't think about them. Well, why? Well, I more want to know why you made them pixel art in the first place when everything else isn't. It just seems like a clash of styles. which is probably something you want to not have. Yeah, for like that. Oh, okay. I mean, like the art kind of evolved with around it, and they've just been kind of around. All right. I was just like wondering why you would make a conscious decision to have like a pixel art grid thing, but not have anything else be. I feel the pain of this. The outlining. I was wondering what method you were using for the outlining because I am doing a similar I had a similar problem in my own thing. Um I made the blues. Dude, I yeah, I know the shader. I think I'm using probably the exact same thing of taking the image, offsetting it, and then overlaying it on itself. I have a very similar thing. Where even is it? That's a good question. It's probably buried somewhere in this stupid folder. Uh, Probably with a name like Big Sex or Come Moment, because I was like, I'm done with it. So did I put it in a actual? I made a more shaders thing for this. Okay, we're good. So I made the outliner one. Shader graph, please open. Okay, right. It's a really fucking janky solution, but it works well in pixel art because it you know, it is pixel art. I want to remake it at some point. Do they have for loops? This is something I should probably look. Fuck. Okay. I wanted to see if I can make a variable thing. That does not look cursed at all. Anyway, I feel the pain of the outlining thing because I have to do the exact same thing. Although I think it works much better in pixel art because of the pixelation already being there. Yeah, because I bet we probably followed like the exact same tutorial, finding the exact same method. I mean, what I did is I looked up like 2D outline or how to do 2D outline in Unity, and then I found a Brackeys tutorial over it. Um, and I was basically like, okay, there's got to be a better way. And then I was looking around, and I couldn't find one, so I went back to the Brackeys thing, and then I did that. Uh, yeah, that it's pretty much the exact same. Mine has a bit of extra stuff. I don't know if yours does. But I added a bit of extra stuff because I had to do some stuff with alpha values because they're not always 0. So I made like a subgraph. Where is it? Which basically floors the alpha value, but I can also change that if I want to. So it either does or does not include the alpha for the outline. I had to do some other fucking rounded doohickey shit to make it work well. Um, I don't even want to. So it like combines them all together, clamps them, subtracts the original, multiplies it, then splits the thing so I can get the alpha. That's the alpha value. It's a wacky stuff. I had the red and green activated in to show if it's a player or enemy. Yeah, green, red. I assume like they'd probably have like an outline or something if you like select them. Maybe. What was the image you sent me? I have so many things open. Jesus. All right. Copy image. I'm gonna fucking put this in Google Drawing so I can zoom in. Where'd it go? There it is. Oh, no, it's not that I couldn't zoom it. It's that the quality is peak. It would be red if it was their turn. Oh, okay, okay. I mean, I got the general idea. I mean, love Windows screenshot. Yeah, honestly. I mean, I'd say the characters look pretty good. I'm kind of concerned about the floor tile still, but I assume that's probably going to be changed at some point, I would hope. Maybe? I don't know. I mean, I really just think I really don't like that it is the solution. It seems really inefficient because I could write something that would be better if I had access to code that I knew and I knew how the code worked. Because I'm pretty sure you can write like shaders with code. Um, But I don't know if they deprecated that. Uh, did they? Yeah, I know you didn't think of the blue squares because we were talking about it. Did they deprecate the fucking? I know because like they wanted you to use shader graph a lot, and shader graph is cool, but I want to use a for loop. Like that's my thing. Visual scripting, that's easily not it. Shader, unlit shader. Oh, you can. Oh, all right. I've never fucked around with these, so what? Oh God. All right. I feel like I would need to do a bit of digging around to like actually learn what the hell any of this means, because it's kind of like a different language. I don't know what language it is, but it isn't the same. I know that. It's definitely not C sharp, or if it is, it seems quite modified. Like this is C sharp syntax. Like okay, this is C sharp. I can read that. Yeah, I'm like all right with shader graph. I've used it. I've made a couple things. I made this. I made wait no, that's terrible. Where's the wall tile pixel? Wall pixel tile, which is the cool one? I don't know, this one. Sure. I've made a bit of a mess here, but it creates this background. Or it doesn't create the background, but it adds the variation. It's its own language for the shader code. Yeah. I feel like at some point I've got to get around to doing that or learning how to do it. Where's that image? Where's the image of the background? This is the background to my game. That's the whole thing. That's the whole background. But you would never know by looking around in here. Or maybe you would know if you had a like a very astute eye or something, but like I think it's very hard to notice the fact that this tiles. That's why I like one of them. Fuck up. What did I change? I didn't change anything in there. I didn't change anything in the graph. Um, like I would say you'd probably be hard pressed to notice a tiling. Like you could probably find like a specific shape and track the fact that this shape appears again like right there and like right there. But like, do you have it overlays and offset? No. No, it actually is it looks complex, but I think the shader graph always kind of looks complex. No, I don't. What I'm doing is I'm basically adding noise to it. This kind of pixelated noise. I'm adding this. So like, I mean, like how does it affect it if I have like the material for this at some point? Wall. So noise malt zero. No, well that didn't work. What material are you using? I don't actually remember. Background shart. Well, of course. So if I get rid of it, so that if this is if I get rid of the shader, or, like it looks like this, which I mean is probably fine, but I feel like is noticeably worse. Whereas if I have this, it suddenly gains like a bunch of texture for basically free. Noise is a very powerful thing, and especially like yeah, I mean it's definitely like not unnoticeable. You can definitely notice that there is like certain dips of darkness in there. It's not like it's not a perfect art, but I think it majorly improves the thing. Anyway, I got a bit I don't even remember the I don't even remember where I started with this where I was going. I was originally thinking about something. Oh, it was the health and AP thing. Yeah. Why do you have like if you zoom in it's pretty easy to read, right? Health, AP. But why but like with this full screenshot that you sent me, this is like unreadable. AP kind of, but the word health, I know. I know it's pretty low quality. Uh but I feel like there's enough pixels to get the grasp of it. It's the yellow color blending in with the green is really kind of the problem here. I mean, I get the readability of the pixels being gone is not very helpful, but maybe it's just the fact that it's readable all right. Like I was just thinking about it like before and like this is not really readable, at least from the sources that I have. The sources that I have at my disposal at my disposal to see. Um, hmm, doesn't matter. All right. I still stand by my slight UI changes here. I'm not sure about this. I'm not sure if that's like the kind of vibe you're going for with the button, but I mean, it is an interesting stylistic choice to have them on the side. Um, who put the caltrops? I assume that's like not just black banana peels. Who put the fucking caltrops on a gray background? A gray image on a gray background. It's just on a noisy gray background. I mean, it's got like a slight tint to it, so it's like I want to call it a slight reddish tint. So it's not like it's unseeable, it's just funny. Can I grab like color picker or something? Uh Give me what? Sure. I just want to Google Drawings is a weird program, and when I say program, it's like a website. Anyway, what I was gonna do was zoom in on this and do that. Okay, so what kind of like hex value are we dealing with? All right, that's an odd decision. So I was right. It is. It's not exactly gray. It's very slightly pinkish. All right. Kaboom. Ooh, fire. Youch. Fucking I don't know what I'm doing. Looking at stuff. Over analyzing a screenshot. Probably. Wait. I think- Okay, I'm gonna call. Why are they not the same? Why would you make them not the same? It's kind of hurtful. I assume the answer is like I assume the answer being is like you just have like one image of this button and they're just scaling it up. Uh that is mildly infuriating, I would say. Actually, I don't know why the menu button is. I guess that no, I got it. Why it's no, no, I don't know why it's like that. You've made it like slightly bigger, slightly separated from the other things. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I think it's fine either way if it was the same or if it was separated. The character was cut off. No, how am I gonna see my character? Aw, Scheiße. What? Where's this going? Over there. No, the text. I can't see the victory condition. Hmm. Huh. As a thing, do you ever get to see the characters up close like this? I'm gonna assume probably not because of the outline shader. Oh yeah, about the picking it. Yeah. Whenever someone sends me something, I like to do that. I try to provide advice where I can. That screenshot is the closest you get. Okay, okay. Because I was noticing these characters have quite a lot of detail on them. Like they're drawn with quite a lot of detail. Like you've got the studs on this. Like just look at like the hemming. Is that the right word? I don't know if that's the right word. The outline. Like there's quite a bit of detail that's been drawn onto these characters. But like from a full game perspective like this, you don't ever see that, or you there's probably no way you would see it at the resolution that it is running at. Definitely not in this screenshot. Definitely not here. But I don't know how well, like, how well the, like, some of these details are being picked up. And I guess, it does pay to have, high quality assets. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't want to have higher quality assets. It's just, something I was thinking about. Right. Did the same, I feel like the same person did not make some of these things. This feels different. Okay, so the world is pretty cohesive. We do have dialogue for the character, which says, oh, okay, okay. Oh, you sent me an image about it? Oh, okay. Ah, all right, all right. So you do get to actually like appreciate the detail of the character. All right. Um, what the what? It's late. Doesn't. Okay, so you got these houses. I would say the overall map feels pretty stylistically the same, but then the enemies and the players, why are they sticking out? It's not the high detail. Is it? It might be the high detail. Oh, it is. Well, kind of. The characters are much better drawn than I would say the environment. That's just my like looking at them. I think they look a lot better than the environment. Um, at least from like what I've seen of it. Um, so like something like this cart, for example. I mean, I can focus on literally anything, but like this cart, for example, I actually have no idea what's going on right there because it doesn't look like it should do that. Um, like the detail on it is practically non-existent. It's just kind of flat wood wheel. I mean, it's just like it's a prop, right? It's a background thing. It doesn't really matter. But like if you compare it to how like a character looks at the same like level of detail or like the same like scale, they have like much more intrigue going on, and that isn't like a I don't know like if this is really a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest. I'm just noting it. It's an image of what the cart closer. Oh, okay. It isn't. I don't think you know what I mean. I'm not saying that it's not pixelated. I'm saying, or I'm not caring about the pixelation of it. It's that it seems to be lacking detail, not like uh resolution. It's a high resolution image that doesn't make it detailed. Yeah, it's got the dirt closer up, but you can't really. I mean, the dirt's like barely there. Okay, I get the dirt's there, but I mean, I'm talking about like the broad features of it. It's got like these big flat surfaces, right? And you observe the same kind of like pattern with the map as well, right? Like the wall, it's this big flat surface. All of these are at 90-degree angles, right? I mean the levers, like it's a bit that's its own thing. But like the houses, for example, all of these are they're very geometric. I think that's maybe what I'm looking for here. Is they feel very geometric. And that's like I mean that's what it's going for maybe. But like I don't actually know what is. Are you seeing inside of a house here? I think we're seeing inside of a house. Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah. Okay, so we're seeing through the houses here. But even the insides of them, like the floors, I mean, the floors actually are probably fine in relation to the characters. I don't really care about those. But everything, like at least like building wise, like even the chimneys, those are like square chimneys. It feels like the vibe I get is very geometric. Everything is quite harsh on the angles, but the characters do not share that same aspect. I see a lot of like there is yeah, if a character is behind the mouse. Yeah, yeah, okay. So if it's behind something, it's just visible. I mean, you'd probably want them to be visible. Wait, hold on. Yeah, if a character is behind of the mouse is over the building, the house or wall will be smaller. If a character is behind of the mouse is over. Okay, I think you're saying yeah, the yeah, okay. Yeah. I think I got that. It was just interestingly typed. Anyway, uh I don't really have, I think, a whole lot more I can comment on or provide feedback on. That's kind of cool. From just like looking at these couple screenshots, it's mostly just design notes. English equals friend. I mean, I am the Rick friend. um, whoa, whoa, whoa. You're missing a tile! No! How could you? You're missing a corner tile. Do you have an outside tile, but you don't have, in like a single, thickness tile, so it's just, what a tragedy. This game is unplayable now. You're missing a square tile. It is something to note, though. That is not there. No. This is a door, right? I'm gonna say that's a door. Who the fuck put their door like into the void? I'm not even sure what this background is. Who put their door like just like right out to the void? Like you have to. I assume it's supposed to be like there's a greater world around. It's just this is the only part that we care about. Not that there's a void around and then and then they just exist in one. But it does kind of look like that a lot. This tile is like half on their door. Wait, what's going on? Are we seeing the wood underneath the house? Well, taking out the trash. I mean, if yourself is the trash, yeah, you could just walk out the door. Boom, you're gone. um, missing a tile? It feels like some of these are missing things. Wait, what the fuck did I just see? Oh, okay. It's just a... Nope, I'm back to being confused. It's the wheel doing it. I bet if the wheel was gone, we'd notice a consistent distance between the wall and the grass, I would hope. These images is not helping. Wait a minute. It's like a peck. Why would you do what? No, it's like doesn't reach the... I don't... I don't know. Is it just me, or is there a weird angle going on here? Am I imagining am I imagining this? Am I imagining that? Am I imagining that? I might be. I may have been staring at images for too long. I feel like I'm not. I mean, you could claim that I don't know. I think I might be going a bit insane with that one. Anyway, Um, does look at the more detailed one. What more detailed one? What do you mean? Oh, you mean oh, does it have a higher quality picture of that area? You have we have like close-ups of this copy image. Huh. All right. Nope. I definitely see it though. That's the thing. It's right there. It might be an optical illusion caused by the darkness of like the relative darkness of the grass. Like you can see the grass gets darker along this part. And I think that might be causing me to imagine lines like these. Hey yo, what I miss? Source, you missed like everything. You missed the entire stream. I've been mostly just looking at some game that someone sent me and like various screenshots of various things. Uh I might be hallucinating. I think I figured out why I'm hallucinating. It just has to do with weird patterns in the grass. Darkness streaks. Anyway, you missed so many great moments, like me discovering Unity being really bad. Want to see a cool thing? Cause I'll show you a cool thing. Have you seen the this? I don't know if you've seen this. Yeah, we're going back to the Unity bug. You know the one. But I want to show a sword. Okay, so you've seen this. So if I go to this, you can see that's a sword, right? And I name it like banana. It should name, right? So we see the fact that it's named right now. But if I go change it, oh, damn, bro's still alive. Yo, guys, did the bug fix itself? It's a miracle. Sources that has the holy touch. I tried to show him a bug that I discovered and was like literally crying over earlier, and source. I just have to show it to source and it fixes itself. Like I didn't change at all anything related to it. Let's see if I can even figure out where the hell I was talking about. Shut up, me. Uh, where were we dealing with this? Yeah, you can see. I'll unmute this. Name. I refuse, even though it does remember it. But if I click off of it and then click back onto it, what? I was utterly defeated. I was I don't even know how to describe how utterly in shambles I was at that. And Saurus just has the holy touch. As soon as he emerges from what the fuck is going on right now? Why is Unity? Am I? Oh, okay. It just stopped for a second. It was like, no, don't register inputs. Anyway, um, I think you accidentally hovered over another hover while showing maybe believe it. The thing is though, that we know that isn't the I mean, I don't think it's a problem with TMP or Text Mesh Pro. I don't think it's that problem. Um, because Text Mesh Pro updates every frame as far as I'm aware. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty certain it does. Unless it just updates whenever it detects that you've changed the text within it. You can do a forced update of it, but I'm not doing that. Actually, can you do a forced update? You can force cameras to render. Can you force Text Mesh Pros to update? I've never tried. We can take a look at it though. Where's hover ref folder? Okay. So if I did like item name dot render rebuild, that doesn't seem like probably what I want to do. Maybe it is. I think it updates on trigger. What the fuck does that even mean? Alright, I don't That doesn't that statement, maybe I'm just like out of it, but that statement has negative meaning to me. Text Mesh Pro Force Update Mesh. Yeah, so it's probably, yeah. I just could not be bothered to actually find them. Thank you for finding it. Um so yeah, you probably could actually have it what is an error that was caused by the fact that I deleted something? Oh, I deleted the wrong thing. I deleted this instead of that. Well, yeah, that kind of makes sense. I was just not really paying attention to what I was deleting. A very great thing to do. Don't pay attention to what you delete in your code. Someone's messaging me again. Who is it though? Or, uh, your boomerang is the flag of Ethiopia? Is it? Well, let's see. According to this, it's not there. And I'm 90% certain it just failed to load, because it didn't say that it loaded it. That's an interesting bug, and one I have not seen before. Why are you happening? Oh! I think I know why. That's a thing I'm gonna have to fix off stream because it's kind of dumb. But if I go over to, where the fuck is it? No, here. I'm like 80% certain I still have the data. It's just didn't load it. Correct. Alright. Don't mind that. This is how we work around bugs in development. So dumb. Anyway, I'm like 80% certain I started it before I pressed this button before this appeared in chat. Anyway, Ethiopian boomerang. Comparing the two, yeah, we got the Ethiopian boomerang. I'm gonna put that in the. I'm gonna rename it. Um, can I? Am I misspelling that? It's very possible I am. Yeah, it's not EO, it's IO. Anyway, it's the boomerang of Ethiopia. I mean, we gotta put this in as a memorial. I don't even know where I'd put this. Probably here. Just seems like the right place to put it. It doesn't mean anything. It has no meaning, but the Ox iceberg expands. Do you want me to put that in official memes? I will, because I made it. I mean, you're the one who pointed out that it was the flag of Ethiopia, but I can put that in official memes now. It's the official lore, the boomerang of Ethiopia. It's emerald, gold, and demonic ingot creates the boomerang of Ethiopia. Can I make a similar thing with that'd be this would be the thing thing that there you go. That yellow looks a bit whack. Only true homies know the bottom of the iceberg. Oh my god, that is a obscure reference. All right. Jesus, yeah. Only true homies would know that. I don't know. Did I tell you about that? It's very likely. I've told people about it. Anyway, what other things can I make into Ethiopia? So we got this. So you got one, you got two. Uh, I can't really do the shuriken. Well, here's the thing with the shuriken. Um, the colors are kind of weird because they're radial, or like they come out from the center. You know, they do that. That's not really Ethiopia. That's kind of like a fake one. But I can do maybe we got the Ethiopian Armada. I don't even know what we'd call this. Does it have a name? We have all the weapons of war. Actually, here's like we should check polls. I've never bothered like going back. Should I ping source? I think I did at some point ping source. So he got pinged at one point. Achievement for having two weapons with Ethiopia colors. The Ethiopian warrior, he says. No. Funny, but no. I don't want to spend time making that. I mean, I can if I okay. What do you mean please not again? Please not again what? Please not again eat these nuts. Got him. I don't know what you're saying please not again about. Unless you're talking about the thing about the random achievements. Here's the thing. I can make a deal with you here. If I make achievements, you know, like I have like achievements that you can find and do, and I'm drunk enough, even though I'm not old enough to drink, I'll do it. Oh, that's what you're talking about. No, you're talking about pinging you? Dude, there's a bit of stream delay between that, and I started talking about something else. I was talking about the Ethiopian warrior shit, and then you said please not again, and I was like, what are you talking about? But you're talking, yeah, that's not goldfish memory. That's the fact that literally I was talking about something else, and then you said please not again. Um, but I don't know. Um, I might ping you just cause it might happen. It might happen. I won't tell you when, but you'll know because you'll be pinged. Anyway, I don't think I can make any of the. I mean, these are the five weapons, four of which can be kind of officially, and that one's kind of like the bastard child because it doesn't really work. But these ones can. The other ones are good. Uh, hmm, hmm. Thinking. I don't know what there is to think about. People keep sending me messages. Wait. Battle for the shifting cock message. Oh. Dude, you're gonna kill him. I don't know. I'm kind of toast. I've been kind of not doing a whole lot for the last hour, so I think I'm gonna end this stream because Source got here, which makes him slightly back on track to being the only mostly consistent viewer not testing the game. However, Eject is definitely beating Source in that race. Plus Source, I can't believe you've missed so many streams. I I'm genuinely offended. Anyway, Source is behind by like a 4 or 5, you say? I'm not keeping track. I feel like I might start keeping track. Uh I don't know if I should. Live on the West Coast. Yeah. No, not live. You mean live. Live on the West Coast, please. I stream at a completely fine time for you, Source. It's currently 7 p.m. for you. How is this at all a bad time? I get like having dinner or whatever, but you have dinner at 8 most of the time. And I started streaming 3 hours ago, which yeah, as Jack said, would be 4 for you. That's like completely normal time. I don't think that's gonna 6 to 8 p.m. stream, please. You have class. What do you mean you have classes? Um, Source, when you say 6 to 8 p.m. stream, do you mean 6 to 8 p.m. stream for you or for me? Because if you mean for you, that's what I'm doing right now. Underscore ox? I have classes and club, except on Wednesdays. Well, I got out of school at like noon on Wednesday, so we're pretty cool. I do say. We can hang. That would be like what, 9 a.m. for you? Let's go. I'll ring you up, and then because you don't got you said you have classes and clubs except on Wednesday, so you don't have classes on Wednesday. Inclusive and uh I think I'll call you every Wednesday at 9 for you so that we can I don't know. I don't even know what we do. I don't even know why I'd do it. You're not on mobile. Or at least is mobile not auto capitalizing shit? That's a good thing. I should test that. Hold on. You get home at 3 on Wednesday, which is like 6 p.m. for me. And what does that mean for anything else? I don't know. Brandy's fucking university and Christopher Newport University. Shut the fuck up about these emails. All right. YouTube. I need to YouTube mobile app. Switch account. Aux. Uh where's my thing? Don't mind the uh source. I don't believe you until I've checked for myself. So I'm gonna go onto my stream and I'm gonna type sex. Well, that didn't send. Oh, or did it? Wait, it did? Or is it my just seeing it because I'm myself? Poopy. I can't not send vulgar language, but I don't know what's gonna get censored and what's not. Banana. That's probably fine. And yes, it is auto capitalizing. Uh, like I press it, it starts with the caps lock on. Like, this is auto capitalizing. Banana schlong. Yeah, I love banana schlong. That's literally the fucking weapon. Why does it capitalize? Because we're normal and that's what it does on mobile? I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna end this stream here. What do you mean not your anyway? I've been going for 3.5 hours, although the last I would argue hour is not. Wait, it actually goes through? Anyway, that's amazing. I'm above the law. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna peace. So see you guys later. Be it in the past, present, or future.